heavy already. I'm already in the weeds.
Asia
James?
Asia James.
Asia James, right? Am I right? Oh, my God, Asia James. All right. And then, of course, we're going to talk a little maybe about the NFL draft and some UFC stuff, too, that happened last night and maybe coming up in the future. Where do you want to start, Rich? I feel like we could start anywhere because
there's so much going on. I guess we could start with the another collapse by the Clippers.
Let's start about your new studio.
Huh?
Your new studio. Where are you recording from?
The front room.
Your front room.
Yeah, my front room. Nobody got the desk set up. It's a pretty big desk too.
Yeah.
And I got all your Funko Pops that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
I got the what else do I got the Flutie Flakes. I got Alyssa Thomas bobblehead.
There you go.
Got the Gordon Hayward Lego thing with a flat top because he's light skin. Apparently he's not white skin, he's light skin.
The Gordon Hayward with the flat top.
I don't understand it.
I forgot they did that.
They
thought it was Tatum.
It makes no sense.
It looks like Devin Booker. Gotta love it. You gotta love collectibles, man. The way they missed the mark. But yeah, so you're recording live from your new studio. I just had to point that out. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to get something here. I got to hang up something there. And the kitchen's right there.
Yeah, you could probably find some like a long banner type thing to go on the door to make it look cool or something like that. Or I don't know.
Yeah,
something for the wall.
Got the trash bag full of bottles here.
Oh, yeah. You got to recycle.
Right behind me. And
Earth Day was April 22nd. You know, we got to keep it relevant.
Yeah, and I got another one in the closet. Get $20 out of it. It's 10 cents now, so it's big money. I need it.
Right, it's big money. 10 cents. All you need is the 200 bottles. You're good.
Yeah, it used to be 5 cents. This is big for me.
All right, you got to raise inflation.
Yeah, I got a raise. Beautiful.
You got a bottle raise. But anyway, let's just start off with the UFC from last night.
We're starting with the UFC. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we could chop it up real quick with that because I feel like, it was a fight night. It wasn't like the biggest card, but I do feel like it did have some important fights on it.
It did. Some rank fights. That the Daniel Rodriguez fight.
Well, before that, Rodriguez, let's talk about Marina Rodriguez. I can't believe she lost. She got dominated.
Yeah, and the thing is, she retired after the fight, which makes sense because if you're getting TKO'd by Jillian Robertson, you should probably hang up the gloves.
I know. What happened, though? Like, I feel like Marina Rodriguez, went from being, a really stable fighter to last night looking like not even a real UFC fighter. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. She's fallen off really quick, and she was 2-3 years ago, she was on her way to being a title contender.
That's what I'm saying, and now she lost 20 strikes to 120 strikes to Jillian Robertson.
Yeah, now she's lost.
That's 6 times more punches thrown. That's like a big thing.
And she's lost 3 straight and 5 out of her last 6.
Yeah, so she's just
rough stretch.
She's on downward slide, and it makes sense that she retired.
Yeah, definitely.
But you know who looked terrible? The fun fight was definitely the next one. Bakayev and Loder was decent. Oh. Loder got knocked.
That was tough.
I felt like he was knocked out for a minute and a half against the fence just trying to survive.
Yeah, he had nothing for him.
I felt like you just knew what was going to happen. You just had to wait for it to happen.
Yeah.
As soon as he was against the fence just looking bad, I'm like, oh. But somehow he just survived. But then he got picked apart and dropped.
And he wasn't throwing much back either.
No, it looked bad. I was just waiting for the ref to come in because even before he lands the shot, it's like the dude looks defenseless. He doesn't look like he's trying to fight. He looks like he's trying to survive. And I don't know. Eventually it got to the point where it looked like he was just, I don't know, not even defending himself. Everything was open. His hands were just out. Like he was getting hit in the body and the face. He couldn't stop anything.
He didn't know what to cover.
He really didn't. He was getting hammered. But, I mean, that guy Bakayev, he's built like a truck.
I know. Those Russians are different.
It kind of looked like he had a little bit of a Michael Chandler Roy belly. I'll say that. There was a little protrusion. there was like an extra bump a little on some of the times when he flexed. I was like, is that a Roy belly? But anyway, another, women's division legend that just went down last night, Miesha Tate. She had no head movement. She kind of looked like old Chael, who just kind of leans forward. Even if they're going backwards, they're leaning forward, pressing forward, kind of, and just taking shots in the face.
She almost had that submission, though, in the third round.
Yeah.
She pulled it out after she really struggled through the first two. But, yeah, she looked old last night.
She looked real old and just like a zombie, kind of like a Chris Moutinho type that just standing there getting bopped.
But wouldn't go down.
Wouldn't go down. No head movement. Terrible body language, but just wouldn't go down. A complete zombie.
And she hadn't fought in a long time. Her last fight was December of 2023.
Yeah.
So it was a long time for her.
She doesn't usually get finished. From what I remember her fights, I feel like she's always been like a tough fighter that goes to the decision. But yeah, it's just she might be tough enough for the UFC, but I don't think she's offensively skilled enough for the UFC anymore. I think that time has passed her.
Yeah, I mean the game has evolved.
It has.
Women's fight game has definitely evolved, and also she's 38 years old.
That too.
So.
But I mean, she threw with volume. When you look at the stats, she landed more strikes. She threw more strikes. She attempted more takedowns, landed more takedowns, but there just wasn't anything behind it.
Yeah, and Santos had more damaging strikes.
Right.
Strikes in this one. For
sure. All right, let's move to the main card. Where did it start with? Oh, yeah, Mason Jones. That was a bludgeoning.
It was.
That was a hard fight.
On the feet, taking him down, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stevens had nothing for him.
Nah, but I mean, shit, they both looked rough after that fight.
They did. And I think Jones got cut first.
Right.
I think Jones was bleeding in the first round, and then he kind of
he was looking rough after the fight. I'm like, this guy won?
Yeah, but I still
when you see him in the exit interview, I'm like, damn, what happened to the other guy?
Yeah, and
obviously we watch it.
And Jones got cut first, but I thought he won all 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so did
the next one was Cameron Smotherman and Siri City. City looked solid. Smotherman, we've seen in the past, he was pretty much a boxer. That's all we watched and seen from him the past few fights in the UFC. That's kind of how he stood like Mike Tyson, and he did it again. Like, he kind of fights like that, even though he's 130 pounds. But, like, his stance, everything is just power boxer. And that's it. And City picked him apart.
Yeah, and a lot of it was him just defending takedowns, too.
Yeah.
So, it was a tough night for him.
Yeah, tough night for him. It was definitely City's night. City looks solid. He's got some good Muay Thai, threw a lot of elbows and knees and stuff, and he's good with his range. He's pretty lanky.
Hmm.
What else? I knew Ponzi was going down. Ponzi stinks.
He's old, too.
Yeah.
He's also really old. He's 30.
The Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos fight was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was good.
There were times where I didn't know who was going to win, and I thought it was actually a fun, competitive fight.
Yeah. I thought Jackson was ahead for the most part, but I thought Marcos made it somewhat close.
Yeah, he did. Later in it, he definitely did.
Yeah.
Montel Fast Jackson.
Uh-huh.
And then let's go to the co-main event. RDR putting down Bo Nickel.
Nasty knees to the body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that last knee was rough.
Because the first one, you could see it really hurt him.
Mm-hmm. No, that fight broke Bo Nickel.
It did.
Because even when he was against the fence, it looked like he was about to tell the ref, like, I got hit, I'm hurt. Can I get a minute?
Yeah, he was.
You see what I was talking about, right?
Yeah, he was done after that first body shot.
Whatever happened, he went against the fence, and he literally was, like, almost pointing to the ref or something. Like, I'm dead ass. I wish we could go back and find the exact part. But it looked like he was going to ask for, like, a breather. Like, hold up. And then he was like, wait, I'm in a UFC fight. I can't just say hold up.
Right.
And then he knew it. He knew he was done. He tried to throw real quick with him again, lost the exchange, and just dropped. As soon as he tried it, I think he knew he was done. Whatever happened, like you said, that first body shot, either it knocked the wind out of him or he's just never been touched like that, and he doesn't know how to react to it.
And he's been a massive favorite in every fight he's been in too. And he was whatever he was, minus 350 or something.
I would have put big money on Ritter. I still can't believe I can't do this shit. It's just like I don't want to bet prize picks. That's the only option I have in California. And I don't want to bet how many punches, De Ritter will land. I just think he's going to win. I want to bet money line. I don't give a shit about the other stuff. And that's the problem is I have to get into the weeds of it. I have to bet on the fucking 9.5 over uppercuts thrown or some shit. I don't want to bet on 9.5 uppercuts. I'm sorry. I don't want to put my money on how many takedown attempts someone did. I just want to do some money line stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't really care about the individual stats. I just want the winner or the loser. That's all I really care about. Because you could never really judge that to me.
Right.
I think it's easy to judge a win or a loss.
For the most part, yeah. And that's how I felt. And I was like, money line, I'm putting it on Ritter no matter what. Because I watched the interview of Ritter last week, and he kind of pulled back the curtain a little bit and said he's beat Chimaev in practice, but he can't beat DDP. He said something where basically the best guys at 185, it's not Bo Nickel. It's him, Chimaev, and DDP. And he goes, and I'm the middleman. Or something like that. I forget the exact words, but it was like he basically said there's one guy above him and one guy below him on that list, and one of them is the champion already, and he's the better one. So I thought that was interesting, and that alone, as soon as he said he was better than Chimaev and basically beat him in practice, I was like, De Ritter's going to wash Bo Nickel. What the fuck?
He's pretty confident.
Exactly. And then when you see De Ritter kind of go out there and you're like, he really is 6'4". Because next to Bo Nickel looks small. I ain't never seen Bo Nickel look small. Even Bo Nickel when he faced what's his name? Who's the dude he just beat last time?
Paul Craig.
Not Craig. Well, Craig's tall too, but Craig's not wide. Ritter's got a huge body.
Well, he beat Cody Gumbridge.
Not Gumbridge, the guy after Gumbridge.
That was Paul Craig. Paul Craig is pretty tall.
The guy before Gumbridge, black dude, who was it?
That was Val Woodburn, but he's really short. He's 5'8".
Who am I thinking of? Wasn't he supposed to fight someone else?
Let me check.
I feel like we're missing somebody. Bo Nickel.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like I'm drawing a blank. I could see the guy's face. He's got short little dreads.
Was it Jamie Pickett?
It was Pickett. Yeah, it was Pickett when he had hair. That's what I'm thinking of. Because that Pickett fight, I felt like Bo Nickel looked like similar body types. But then he never looked small. Even with a big dude in the ring, I felt like Bo Nickel didn't look small. But when Ritter went in there, I'm like, what the fuck? How big is Ritter? Seriously, I'm telling you, rewatch that fight and then rewatch every Bo Nickel fight. Bo Nickel never looks like a shrimp at 185.
Right.
He looked small. He didn't look, but the thing is he didn't look tall. He didn't look long. He didn't look stocky. He didn't look anything. And that, I think, is the biggest problem. That's something that's scary because it's what weight class are you supposed to be in? Does Bo Nickel keep a little extra weight because he's kind of just a wrestler? He's from the Midwest. He's a country dude or something. Is that kind of just how he wants to be? Keep a little extra weight? Because it looks like he could be a 170-pounder. Now that I've seen him fail and go against an elite talent, that we know, Ritter's not a bum. He was a 2-time world champ in just different sports.
Right.
We just have never seen him in the UFC, so we don't know what he could do. And now we do. Everyone thought Bo Nickel could have been champion of 185 2 weeks ago. Everyone's scared of Bo Nickel. Now we got proof that Ritter's a bad man. That's a bad man.
And
So
Bo Nickel doesn't really seem like jacked or anything like that.
that's what I'm saying. He's not looking like he's fitting in his weight class anymore. You either need to bulk up a little bit and tone it up, look a little stronger, or you need to cut your little baby fat and drop down to 170 and suck it up, because that's not going to cut it. Whatever he's doing now and the people he's facing, he can't fight at that level at this weight class.
Yes, yeah, and that division. I mean, we saw, his last fight against Craig. It wasn't as easy as it was his first few fights. With the 2 fights in Dana White's Contender Series and then the few fights he had in the UFC. When you start to face the higher level competition, you could definitely see it with him.
Mm-hmm. And Chael was talking about when Bo was in college and stuff, and he was just in wrestling and shit. He wrestled at a weight class, and at one time he had to wrestle up, and he couldn't even make the weight at like 195. So if this guy can't make weight at 195, he's not a 185er. I know it sounds funny because it's 10 pounds less, but like if you can't get to 195, that means you don't even have to cut to 185, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so clearly this guy is a lazy 170 pounder who doesn't want to cut.
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's the truth about Bo Nickel now.
Yeah, he could be 170. He definitely could be 170.
The more and more I think about it, 185, I think he's gonna stand there with Pereira, 6'4", and like built the way. Like Bo Nickel can't fight Piera. I mean, Piera might never drop down to 185 again, but like same thing. You got guys like Izzy. Even I don't know. There's big guys at 185, and it just looks like he's not for that. And I think 170 would actually be a very good spot for Bo Nickel if he took it serious and did his thing. Because think about the matchups. Like, you're not dealing with these huge kickboxers that are 6'4" at 170. They don't exist. But at 170, you got guys who are like 5'9", 5'10", and stocky. And I think that's what Bo Nickel could do very well against.
Because he'd have to kind of face those bigger guys in 185. I mean, he'd have to face Cannonier. Somebody like Cannonier would be tough. Roman Deladze seems like that'd be tough for him. Even Paulo Costa. I mean, these are just much bigger guys.
That's what I'm saying. And I think Bo Nickel dropping the 170, you face guys more like Bilal, which is more of a body type that he kind of matches. I'm just realizing I think Bo Nickel's just in too big of a division. We got some comments real quick. We're doing a little UFC in the beginning, and then we're getting to the WNBA. You see me with a WNBA jersey on? Hold your horses. But it says Izzy Harrison is not a guy. Why is that the first comment? Did we ever call Izzy Harrison a man? I think she's one of the prettiest players in the WNBA. I don't know what are we talking about?
We haven't talked about.
We haven't talked about Izzy Harrison. Whose man's is this?
It's just so random.
It really is. Like, believe me, we are not. I think last year I was arguing that Izzy Harrison was the true model on the Sky. You had Angel Reese going to the Met Gala, and I was saying there's a real model on the team, and she's not going. And it's Izzy Harrison. So much love to Izzy. She's with the Liberty now, right?
Yeah.
Should be all right over there, especially because Stewie had a weird offseason. Who the fuck knows what's happening with her?
Right.
Ultimate Female Championship. I only rock with the ladies. Who is this? For real, the women fights last night, I mean, there weren't too many of them.
Thankfully.
But honestly, they were decent.
Unless it's like a title fight, they're all pretty trash.
You think so?
For the most part.
I feel like it. I just like a good story behind something.
I like a good fight.
Like, throw me a Molly Meatball fight. I'll watch it. Not anymore, though. She's not chubby.
Just to see her get submitted.
She lost her meatball. Like, she was a 135er that went down to like 115. She's not meatball anymore. She's skinny.
Just kept getting submitted.
What, Stewie is 169 years old. Be nice to grandma. Stewie be draining jumpers. Behind a little walker with tennis balls on the feet. For real, though. Stewie's gonna be out there with tennis balls. But shit. What do you want to get into Asia James? Do we have to discuss Asia James, or can we talk about Sandhagen and then get to Asia James?
I'm gonna be honest. I fell asleep. I didn't even watch the Sandhagen fight.
You didn't even watch the Sandhagen fight?
No, I seen that Figueiredo popped his knee out or something.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a Sandhagen. Like, you got to realize why Sandhagen was going to win. You know, he's been locked into the same division, really locked in. Figgy, I didn't know. Something about it. They were showing his workout tape, and he went back, like, to his normal hair color. And I think that was the biggest sign that I knew he was going to lose.
He knew he didn't have it.
He didn't have it no more. He shaved his head because he probably grew out his hair. He probably was just out of shape, not doing nothing. And yeah, when I seen him like shaved head, the beard was growing in, I'm like, nah, he's behind the clock right now. He's trying to make up time. He's trying to catch up. I don't know, something about it. If you just watch the UFC long enough, you could tell when a fighter's been out for a little while. And he just didn't look as in shape. And like I said, his hair didn't look like it was done. He just didn't look like he was ready to fight.
Yeah, the red stripe is always cool in his hair.
Mm-hmm. But he did that like this morning or the night before or whatever.
Right.
He changed it because he went to the press conference. Everything was black hair. And I'm like, nah. You know, I don't know. Just when I see a guy with a different haircut, I always expect he's getting put on a highlight reel. And he doesn't want to get recognized in a highlight reel. It was like when McGregor came out bald and didn't want to fight.
Yeah, you just knew he didn't have it. And then
every time you see that Dustin Poirier highlight reel where he's getting a knockout, they just show the backside of McGregor, and it's just a bald guy going down. And you don't really think about it as McGregor anymore.
And when he came out with that stance, he was in a boxing stance or something.
He came out a weird-ass boxing stance. He was bald, didn't do anything for the come out, just walked out like he was walking to the restroom. And he just steps in to the cage. No aura, no nothing. You can just tell some energy sometimes, and that's Figueiredo too. You know, like you have a super elite athlete in Figueiredo who's like a one-of-one type person, but if he's not putting in the work at all, and he's also kind of on the back nine of his age, that's what happens. You know, these old studs just fall off. You look at even any sport, Carmelo Anthony, you know what I'm saying? Like, still thought he was something for a very long time, even after he lost it, because he continued to act like he was a star. But you're not training hard no more. You're not doing all the little things that got you to be the best of the best. You're now just resting on your laurels. I think that's what Figueiredo looked like. And I seen him in training. He looked rough, looked out of shape, didn't have his hair cut. I'm like, nah, this is a Sandhagen dub.
Can we talk real hoops now, please?
Let's talk some Kisusk. Let's talk some Mohegan Sun, Connecticut Sun.
No, we're going to talk Asia James. What we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay. We can talk Asia James.
I don't want to talk about the Sun. What are we going to talk about the Sun for?
Udota?
Oh, yeah, we're going to see Udota, and we're going to see
Tina Charles. We got Tina back. That's the highlight of my season.
Yeah, and Mabry's probably not even going to play. She already requested a trade. They denied it. Who knows what she's going to do? So I don't even know with that team. Let's talk Asia James.
Let's talk Asia James. Asia James might start over Paige Beckers.
Asia James was throwing dimes to Sweaty Hands.
Dimes was catching. Sweaty Hands was catching them too.
Asia James, it's the aura.
It's Asia James. It's true. Like, what is she doing? Does she have some magic? Did she cast a spell? I don't know.
Something about her though.
Really is. She got game. Big Game James. That's what we'll call her from now on.
Big Game. Big Game James.
That's her. She's Big Game James. She was killing it. You know, I put down a couple, I was trashing Prize Picks. But I made some season-long bets for WNBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me show you. I got three parlays set for the season. So here, first one, they're all 6-leg parlays because you got to max out Prize Picks.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
You got to go all out. This is the end of the season too. So if I lose, it's 3 months from now. I'll probably even forget about it. So I got McCowan under 11 for points.
Oh, for average.
Yeah, average.
Okay.
I feel like the wings are a mess, and you got Nalissa Smith going down there. You could be sponsored by that. I know we shouldn't trash Prize Picks. It's just like I live in California. That's why. And I feel like the only thing I'm getting is Prize Picks, and I want other betting options. That's all. I just want more options. But I took Camila Cardozo for over 10 points.
Easy.
Natasha Howard under 15 per game.
Yeah, that's a lot for her.
It's the fever. There's so much on it. There's Bonner now. Like you got Caitlin Clark in another year. Kelsey Mitchell's gonna come out and she still thinks it's her team. You know?
Yeah, I think 15 is a bit high for her, so that's a under.
Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham, like there's way too much. And that's how I feel in the wings too with McCowan, because now you got Paige. You got James, who knows what James could do. But you also have just like the other players around that I think are just gonna take more shot attempts.
Yeah, and we'll see if Enrique puts up 1,000 attempts too.
Right. And I don't know. So my guess is McCowan under 11. I'm taking a shot. I know she's a double-double queen, but
I like it.
I'm taking a chance. Anyway, so yeah, Natasha Howard under 15, Satu over 18.
I love it. Book it.
Brianna Stewart under 21.
I could see it. I could see her getting off to a slow start this season.
Under 21 and Jackie Young above 15. Taking over on the 15 because I watched the first preseason game and Lloyd doesn't look like she wants to be the number one guard, and Jackie Young also takes pride over this shit. She's like, "This is my squad. I won rings here. You're coming here to fill in Kelsey Plum. You're not Joelle Lloyd no more. You're not the Gold Mamba. You're not none of that."
And I like it more for Young too because Chelsea Gray, is starting the regular season because she was hurt coming into last year's regular season. So Jackie Young had to play more of a point guard role. And I thought she did a pretty good job in finding her teammates and facilitating, but her percentages went down and her scoring went down. So now she can kind of get back to her normal role. So I like the over on 15.
So they're all like times 30 too. Every single one of these is a 30 multiplier. So we're hoping for the good things. I bet $30 on each of these, so it's a 1,100 each if I win. God. The next one is I took this again. Natasha Howard under 15.
Oh, so this is another parlay.
I have three. Yeah, I did 3 parlays, and then we move on from this. But I did 3 parlays. One of them I already just told you. Natasha Howard again under 15. Chelsea Gray under 7 assists per game. Which I think I'm going to end up liking.
I don't know. That's close to me. That's close. That one's close.
Enrique for under 3 threes a game. Made.
That one's tough too.
Cardozo for over 8 rebounds a game.
Love it.
Ryan Howard for over 2.5 threes a game, which she's averaged her first 3 seasons anyway.
I like it. And Jordan Canada's back this year too.
Well. And Kayla McBride for under 2.5 threes.
Really close with her. I don't know.
She's older, though. She's 33 now, and I don't know if she'll start to get phased out, and I want to see some more Diamond Miller. So, I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I'm just going to take a chance.
Okay.
And then the last one is Bonner. They have the worst points line set for these people. Why is Natasha Howard 15 and under? And then Bonner, 14. She's close. Not even going to start, I don't even think.
You don't think Bonner's starting?
Potentially not. I mean, unless – who's going to start, Howard or Bonner?
So you have – it'll be Clark, Mitchell. What do you start? Cunningham at the 3?
Cunningham or Hull. You need like a role player so then you could actually have something come off the bench. And I don't think you should play Howard and Bonner at the same time. I mean, you can, and they definitely have things that complement each other, but I feel like starting them together is not the best because then you have Lexi Hull and Sophie together, which I think they're not a good match. I think you always have one of the white girls with one of the legends because just like literally Lexi or Sophie, and you match them up and you find which one has the better chemistry with the other one, and you let them cook. That's the way I would do it. I wouldn't start Bonner and Howard. I think that's a bad match.
As much as I dislike Cunningham, I'd rather have her starting over Hull.
They're older. Yeah, you're talking about them. Yes.
Oh yeah. With
and
that,
Sophie killed it. She dropped 21 the last game.
Yeah,
Sophie's better than Lexi. Lexi's just a really hard worker.
I don't know. I just can't see. Bonner's won.
Bonner's older too now. You got to remember, she's like what, 39?
Yeah, and Bonner's won 6th Player of the Year 3 times.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. It's not disrespectful to put Bonner on the bench.
I just haven't.
Her best years were on the bench.
Yeah,
her worst years were when she started.
I know. I haven't seen her like that in forever. She's been starting all this time with Connecticut, so I'm used to seeing her start. But
so I want Bonner on the bench, and then of course Natasha Howard could start. I think she's a starting power forward, and she's a really good starting power.
That's a really good.
That's the tone.
That's a really good starting five.
Right.
So really
Mitchell, Cunningham, Howard, and then Boston, and then you got Hull and Bonner off the bench.
And no more Erica Wheeler.
No more Erica Wheeler. She's on the Storm doing nothing. So I'm with it. Like that. That's something I really like. It says, isn't Sophie better as a backup point guard? I wouldn't put Sophie as a backup point guard. She's more of like a 2-3 to me.
She's not at all a point guard.
Yeah, I wouldn't put her at the 1. At least that's in my offense, my theoretical, hypothetical offense.
I see her as a 3. I don't see her.
Her and Lexi, like, you're getting like a Shane Battier type small forward with them.
Yeah, I see Hull as a 2 and Cunningham as
efficient. They pass well. They're going to play some good defense. They might even be able to bait something like a charge and get a foul call. Like, those are the type of players that fill a great role. And that's what you need around Caitlin Clark. You don't need a whole bunch of, shooters that could drop 30 themselves. You just need some spacing and some hard workers, somebody who can set a screen, knows how to give Caitlin Clark her own space, things like that. So just developing chemistry, I think, is super important. Let me finish this parlay thing. All right, so what did I say? I said Bonner under. This one, I parlayed Bonner and Howard unders. So under 14, under 15, then Jackie Young over 15. Sabrina over 18. This was a little bit of a risk for me. But like I said, if I think Stewie's going to have a down year, I think Sab is going to go and have a good year.
Yep.
Ezzy for over 11 points, which I think is money because they lost Mercedes Russell, I believe. I think she went somewhere else. I could be wrong. I think she's on the Sparks.
And then
or somewhere else. But, yeah, so I'm taking Ezzy over 11 points. There's no Lloyd over there. There's more shots now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you lost out on one of the biggest scorers.
Skylar Diggins changed her last name. She's just Diggins now. She's not Diggins Smith.
She's going to be cold.
She's digging in.
Pause.
What the fuck? But for real, I think Diggins is going to be all right. So I think she's going to find Ezzy. She's a great playmaker. She's going to find Ezzy. Ezzy's going to get 12 a game. She makes a 3 a game now, too. So, I mean, if Ezzy shoots, she makes 1 3. She gets a, put back and gets fouled, something like that. There's 5 points for free.
Yeah, I think over
3 and 2 free throws. She could put up 6 more points. She can make 3 layups.
Yeah, I think
11 hard enough. She can make 3 layups.
11 is easy.
So that's how I feel. I think Ezzy could do it. And then Aaliyah Boston, 8.5 boards. I got the over on.
I like it. No Alyssa Smith.
No Alyssa Smith. So that's where I'm at. And if any of these hit, is big money. Times 30 on all 3 of them. All had the same multiplier, times 30. So I'll take it. Let's see what happens. But obviously, I got to wait a couple months.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying. When people say, you know, talking about sports and everything else, we're putting our money where our mouth is. No sun bets. No.
That's not.
I just don't know what we're going to do. You know, like, I think it's just a rebuild year. And we just focus on Anissa Morrow, right? Is that really our only hope? Is just Anissa Morrow being good? Because Sanaya Rivers, I think that's how you say her name.
I love Sanaya Rivers too. She was also from NC State with.
With what?
She played with Asia James.
Oh, she played with Asia James at NC State. You're right.
Yeah, I liked both of them.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
So it's like, I mean, it's a good year for them to see, you know, to see if they're leaders, to see what they can contribute.
So I don't think Sanaya Rivers is going to be like a star by any means, but
No.
you're drafting like another Dejanay with
Yeah.
her. She's a rangy wing. She plays some really good defense.
She's
got a little handle. You said what?
She's not a good 3-point shooter.
Not a good 3-point shooter. But she could guard, I think, 4 positions.
Yeah.
I love what Rivers could do on that end. And I think she's going to be a good player. But the thing is, she's not going to be our star on the Sun that everyone wants in a rebuild. You know, like, it's hard. It's hard to find that star. But I think Anissa Morrow could be something.
Yeah, and as bad as the Sun look, I do like their draft a lot.
And Anissa Morrow was like a double-double machine at LSU.
And at DePaul.
And at DePaul, if you're going to talk about DePaul.
She put up ridiculous numbers at DePaul. So.
She did. But, I mean, I like the LSU numbers. I feel like it's a little closer to what she could do with the pros. But, yeah, like, she's legit, you know, and you're getting somebody who just eats glass. And I love what she does. So that's fun. I think Tina Charles is going to fuck with Morrow heavy.
I like that Morrow is playing with Tina Charles too, to have that kind of mentor right when you're in the league. That's you really couldn't have asked for many better centers than Tina Charles. Because
they're like, you know, they're really tough below the rim scorers. I hate to say that for the WNBA, but you know what I'm saying. Like they're not like Elena Deladon or Jonquel Jones, who's gonna rise up and fade and hit this crazy jumper over you. No, they're gonna bang twice and hit a spin on you. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's a post spin. Like they're just so post centric, boots on the ground. Zach Randolph, you know, if you ever seen Tina Charles play, it's boots on the ground. Her feet don't leave the floor really. Even when she shoots a jumper, her feet really don't leave the floor.
Because they can't.
They can't. Like she doesn't jump when she shoots. And that's what I'm saying. Like Morrow has never been like some crazy high flyer, somebody who's like grabs every board like Angel Reese does. But she just fights for position, and she's strong as hell. So I think, what do you think she could really do this year? You think maybe she could try for Rookie of the Year, or maybe not? Do you think there could be a statistical argument if she's averaging like 12-9, 12 and 7.5?
I mean, I definitely think she's going to have the opportunity. She's going to have a bunch of minutes. There's going to be a bunch of misses on that Sun team, and she's a really good offensive rebounder too. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, she's going to have plenty of opportunity. I got her second right now in my Rookie of the Year.
That's pretty much where I'm having her, too. I mean, you got Paige, and then you got Anissa Morrow, but I'm a Sun fan, so maybe I'm biased, but I was thinking the same thing.
I'm a Paige fan. I know it's easy, whatever. We knew she was going to be the number 1 overall pick. Everyone's talking about her, but I don't know. I'm still going with Paige as my number 1 pick.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against Paige. I wonder how the chemistry is going to go. I wonder if her and Enrique are going to like gel the way we want them to.
I thought she played really well offensively in that preseason game. I know it's not saying a whole lot, but I thought she did play well.
I feel like Enrique couldn't find hers though, which was really weird.
And I thought Paige was just kind of a little out of place on offense. The spacing wasn't great, but I mean that's not really a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of new players. There's a new coach. You're also playing against – it's kind of tough when you're playing the Aces in your first game of your WNBA too. So it's – especially with them, they want revenge. They're looking to bounce back and win another chip.
Looked good.
She looked nasty. She looks like she's in wicked shape.
Oh my God, that runner she had from the left side. She had like a little running layup.
She was getting hammered in the first quarter too.
She was.
She was not getting any
You
calls.
can see with her bun, the way it was moving.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, she's working hard down there. They're not giving her no easy ones.
So, yeah, I think Paige will be fine though.
Yeah, Paige will be all right. Obviously you worry about the injuries with her because that's kind of plagued her whole career. Don't want to speak on it too much to jinx her. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that could stop her rookie season. Other than that, she should be fine. I think she's going to be a great player. She showed that. She didn't look, I don't know. I don't really have anything bad to say about her in her first performance.
I worry about her defensively though because she's still really scrawny
and slow.
I mean, that's
she doesn't do anything with explosion.
No.
And I feel like the WNBA, I'd say this is the one thing I have to say about Paige is I think she doesn't have a goldfish memory. And when you get to be a professional athlete, especially in basketball, you got to forget the last possession. You got to almost forget this possession, if that makes sense, because you can't be scared to miss. Paige is someone who's very efficient and will slow the game down. She loves the college game. The college game fit her well because it's a slowed down game. This is up and down. It's read and react. And she didn't do a lot of that in the first game that I seen.
Yeah, I like her a lot in the half court sets.
Half court, full court, moving, transition and everything. She doesn't attack. She's too scared to make a miss or make a mistake or something like that because she didn't look aggressive in those spots at all. She looked very hesitant, or if anything, she let those opportunities pass. She waited to reset and then maybe found something for herself in the half court, like you're saying. But I think that's the biggest issue is sometimes she just doesn't let it fly. Sometimes when Enrique might swing it or something, I haven't seen too much evidence of it yet. I've only seen one game. But in the flow of the offense, sometimes you take that three or take whatever the opportunity you got because you're Paige. And it's what's the next opportunity? The play ended with you, you got to take it. Even if you think you're slightly covered a little bit or whatever else, what's the next option?
But I will say,
are you going to dump it down the sweaty hands and see what she does? Sometimes it was designed for you just to take it. Even if it wasn't a picture perfect shot, you might not be wide open. This was the play, and now you're stuck in the corner. And there's 8 seconds on the shot clock, and if you don't take it, then you miss that window. And now we got about 6 to 7 seconds left to try to reset and come up with something. And that's what I'm saying is I hope she's just isn't too hesitant and just plays the game.
But also that's kind of what she is at UConn. She always deferred to her teammates. Mm-hmm. Felt like that kind of put UConn in a hole in a lot of those big games when they had to play a higher ranked competition. She wouldn't get off to a great start and nobody else would. So then they had to battle back and try and make it a close game in the second half. I just feel like always looking for the highest percentage shot.
She doesn't have that just killer instinct. She's got to just let some shots go.
But she's clutch.
She
is very clutch. And I think she can take over games too. But it's there's just some times where she just, at UConn, you saw it all the time. She would just sit in the corner on some possessions. Yeah. And I tired because, she was carrying the offense for the most part for the 4 seasons she was there. But, obviously this season I think was a little bit easier for her because she had a player like Sarah Strong, and then AZ Fudd obviously came along in the tournament too. Then you had players stepping up. But, yeah, a lot of times she just sit in the corner, or she would just – and Gino would always be yelling at her, to shoot the ball more and to stop passing. I felt like sometimes herself
I think she's going to piss Enrique off doing that type of shit more than anything. More than stealing shots from Enrique – is not taking the shots either, because that's what it is. It's fast-paced, shot up, run, go, shoot and go. That's just the offense. That's the way the WNBA plays now. Run and gun. They're up and down the whole time. It's not this just slow, methodical thing anymore like it used to be. And I think that's Paige, maybe 2010. You're talking Lindsay Whalen era. You put her against those type of point guards, Paige is going to do amazing.
Right.
But like Lindsay Whalen in today's day and age, hell no, she couldn't handle Jackie Young.
But also, I think that
you think Lindsay Whalen could handle Jackie Young in transition or something? Oh my God, she'd be at half court. Jackie Young would be at the rim.
But I think it'll also free up Arike because Arike won't have to have the ball in her hands all the time.
Yeah. So and if Paige is going to be hesitant and want to defer, maybe this is a great situation that Arike could take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it either way. I mean, now Arike is going to be open, and she won't have to have the ball in her hands as much. Maybe she won't be as tired. She won't be laboring as much. I think it could be a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because Arike's shot, I feel like she needs her legs. And if she's doing everything, that's why her shots look so bad sometimes. And she goes like 8 for 31 from the field. And you're like, what the fuck was Arike doing last night? She was gunning.
Right.
She doesn't have many other options. And also, like I said, if those legs are tired, your shots aren't accurate. So now you just start shooting wonky shit. And now you're like, I need to make one. So now you're gunning. And now you're doing all the extra stuff you shouldn't be while your legs are tired and you don't have the right, stability to really put up a good shot every time and be efficient.
And they don't really have, I mean, just looking at the roster right now, they don't really have any big scorers aside from Arike. I mean, obviously you got to see what Dejanay does. I think she's improved every year.
Well, Smith.
Yeah, I mean, Alyssa Smith is, an okay scorer. You look at her numbers, they look pretty good. Then you watch her in the game and you're like, Jesus Christ, what is this? You got, Sweaty Hands showed a lot of promise early in the season when Natasha Howard was out. And then obviously you got to see how good Paige is and how she adapts to the WNBA. We'll see what Asia James does. But right now it doesn't look like they have a whole lot of scoring. So it looks like maybe Arike is going to be taking more shots. But obviously we got to see how good Paige is.
Yeah, let me see. I'm going to look at this Wings roster real quick. Is there anybody we're forgetting? I'm like, just trying to think. Is there like a missing piece that we didn't mention?
No, we mentioned. I mean, if you're going to mention Maisha Hines-Allen or Taisha Harris, they're not really big scorers either.
Oh yeah. Well, Ty Harris that's a great addition, and we lost our point guard.
No, I agree. It's a great addition. I'm just saying she's not a big scorer.
But she's now the backup.
I like her.
She's been the most efficient guard in the WNBA for 2 seasons straight. She led the league in 3-point percentage 2 years ago. She shot incredibly efficient and did well with assist-to-turnover ratio again last year. So I think the Wings getting her as a backup, and especially because isn't this where she started? She got drafted by the Wings, right?
Oh yeah.
Ty Harris. So you got her back where she's comfortable and really like set her feet and everything. And I don't know. I think they're going to be solid. I do have my worries about this squad, but at the same time, like you got a dog in Dejanay. Maddie, as long as she's healthy, should be all right. McCowan, I don't think she's having anything where she's coming from overseas and like she has half the season off. I think she's here 100%.
Right.
There's no international stuff. So you got Asia James, might do something.
Look out.
And who else? They got Noah Vonleh's little sister, I think. And then Maisha Hines-Allen. Yeah. Maisha Hines-Allen. 6 years ago she was pretty fucking good. Not anymore.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like you just don't really have, a second reliable scoring option to me. I mean, we got to see how good Paige is, and we'll see if Carrington takes another step. But
where's Sonia? What team is she on?
Sonia who?
Just got drafted.
Sonia Citron. She's on the Mystics.
Yeah, Citron.
Yeah, she's on the Mystics with Kiki Arafian.
Mystics, okay. For some reason, I thought she was on the Wings. That's why in my head, I'm like, am I forgetting somebody? And I'm looking at the roster. I'm like, she's not here. I don't see her.
That'd be a nice scoring option.
And they don't have Lulu here either.
Yeah, she took the season off.
Lulu's just out for the year?
Yeah, I think she just said she's taking the season off, I guess.
Dang. See, that's someone who at UConn we seen didn't fit in the system and thought would actually be better in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Somebody who just plays run and gun and read and react. And she just is like a player like that. She's all offense, great playmaker, maybe not the best defender, but like she just keeps it going and keeps it flowing. I'm surprised she's never had anything in the WNBA, but she hasn't shown anything in the couple minutes she does play.
Right.
I thought Lulu was a beast. That was your favorite coming out of the draft. You're like, Lulu's going to be the rookie of the year type shit.
She was just so good in that year that Paige was out.
She was.
And she was really the most reliable scorer on that team aside from Aaliyah Edwards. Because AZ Fudd missed a lot of time too. So it was, yeah, that one.
Great. I don't know what happened to her. And still to this day, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she had a knee injury. What was it? I think her knee injury her first season. Mm-hmm. And then I think she played a little bit last year, and now she's not playing this year.
Yeah. Poor Lulu. But, yeah, I don't know. I see this this Wings team actually is going to be pretty good.
I got them as an 8 seed.
8th?
I did some predictions, and it was really difficult for the standings.
Let me see. WNBA standings.
It took me a long time for like that top 5-ish.
I'm just showing preseason. All right. I'd say it's safe to say no Sparks,
10 seed,
no Mystics,
11th,
no Sun,
12th,
no Valkyries,
13.
I got the Valkyries better than the Sun.
Yeah, I had it.
Honestly, they're better than the Sun. The Sun lost more players than what the Valkyrie gained.
I just like the Sun draft. I like that they have Tina Charles. If Mabry does play, they have.
And we got Diamond DeShields too.
Yeah. Right.
I was waiting for the doo-doo.
Right. We got Diamond DeShields. That's great. Love it.
Oh no, Katie Lou Samuelson just tore ACL.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, Storm.
Storm 7.
Storm 7. You know, I think I don't know what to think. So wait, so there's 13 teams, and we're looking for a top 8, right?
Yeah, and I got.
So I said Valkyrie, Sun, Sparks, Mystics, and I'm looking for the 5th team. And I think.
Come on.
Dream.
What?
I don't know. Is it Dream or Sky?
You're out of your mind. Oh my God. Do you see the Dream roster?
The Dream roster is crazy, right? I know. But I didn't like BG last year.
It's still BG. She still had a good season. I mean, maybe it wasn't.
But BG, she's had bad feet for a couple years now. She came in with the air cast 2 years ago. She was hurt a little bit last year. She's super lazy. She barely crashes. At least she shoots threes now. But the Dream lost, bro. Think about this though. The Dream lost 2 of their bigs. They lost Tina Charles and they lost Cheyenne Parker-Tyus. And now Cheyenne Parker-Tyus is on Vegas, and she's the backup big there. Tina Charles is with the Sun. They lost both their bigs. All they got is Naz Hillman and now BG, who doesn't hustle. She doesn't try hard.
And they have Brianna Jones.
You do have Brianna Jones. She's coming off injuries and slow. She doesn't really space like that. You can't play Brianna Jones and BG together, Brianna and Brittany Griner together.
Brittany Griner can play out of the paint.
On defense, you're going to have Bree Jones coming off an Achilles, and you're going to have Griner who doesn't move, guarding in today's WNBA?
I'd rather have Griner.
I'd rather have Camila Cardozo.
Who wouldn't want Camila Cardozo?
What I'm saying, you're in the East, and you're going to face the Dream in the Sky, and I just think the Sky are better than the Dream.
The thing is, I kind of like the Sky the Sky roster too. I mean, I like they got they got Courtney Vandersloot back. They got Ariel Atkins as their shooting guard. I think you could start Rebecca Allen at the 3. Then obviously you have Reese and Cardoso. I really like that starting 5, but I don't know if I like it as much as I like the Dream.
And I feel like you're even kind of leaving some people out too.
Well, yeah, Chicago's got other people, but I'm just saying off the starting 5, and they have Elizabeth Williams hopefully coming back sometime this season.
You got Mariah Jefferson, who undersized, but we know Mariah Jefferson's a good player. She's gotten done dirty by the league for the past couple of years. Let's not forget 2 years ago, she is the first player to ever have a triple-double for the Lynx. 2 years ago. So, I mean, this isn't something far removed. She's just undersized. She's a very skinny guard, and she's 5'5". Like, it just is what it is. You're small, and now a lot of guards are just bigger. Paige is like 6 feet. Almost.
On a good day, yeah.
On a good day. But she's like 5'10", 5'11", but that's the guards of today. Look at Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Clark's like 6'1".
And Clark's legit. She's legit 6 feet, maybe 6'1".
Clark's lanky as hell.
But if you really look at all the guards, look at Copper. Copper's one of the best guards in the league. 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". So I just think Mariah Jefferson, she's just a little too undersized. But still, I'm just saying what I like about this team. Mariah Jefferson. I think she's a good vet, too. I think she tries hard. I think she's a hustler. She's not somebody I don't think she's going to bring down the locker room or something like that.
Right.
You got Haley Van Lith coming in. There's potential it could go bad or it could go good.
That does nothing for me.
Does nothing for you.
Nothing for me.
We got Kia Nurse, who seems like she's just always hurt.
I don't hate it. I don't hate Kia Nurse as a bench player.
Me neither. I like Kia Nurse. We got Beck Allen, Camila Cardozo, Michaela Onyenware. Like, she doesn't really do much for me, to be real, but she's just a good player, but not like anything special.
I love Rebecca Allen, though.
Right. I love Rebecca Allen. We got Vandersloot, Rachel Banham, even for some spacing. She can't guard for shit.
Very good three-point shooter, though.
Right. Really good. She's streaky.
Yes.
If she could get hot, she could do it. But then, like, Girantes, I don't think she's good at all. Birch is solid. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
What I'm saying, I mean, the thing is, I think
I just think the two bigs are too good. Truly, I think Cardozo and Reese are just going to take another leap, and that's what it's going to be. But it's scary to think about the Dream, and that's what I'm saying is it the Dream or is it the Sky? And it might be the Storm.
Yeah, because we're way off because I had Atlanta 5 and I had Chicago 9. I
know. My biggest thing is just BG. Because if BG fails, what's their big? Like, what do they pull out as their plan B?
Yeah, I don't really have one.
They don't have a plan B, and if you don't have a plan B for Brittany Griner, good luck.
But I also think with Atlanta, you don't have to rely as much on Brittany Griner either.
And like Pow's not that good. They did not have a good draft. I don't think she's going to be a great WNBA player. What do you feel?
I like Pow as like a spot up 3-point shooter. I think she's a good catch and shoot 3-point shooter.
Best case scenario is she's Sophie Cunningham,
and I think she's a little smaller too.
Right.
I don't know.
Best case scenario, she's like a better version of Ray Burrell. Is that Pow like a
Ray Burrell better? Don't disrespect Ray Burrell like that. Come on.
But I'm saying, is she like a Ray Burrell? Like, is that kind of where you see? And that's what I'm saying is, I don't know if their draft was as good as people have chalked it up to be. You know, you got Naz Hillman, who's just a grinder. She's gonna hustle. She's gonna go out there and work. You got Pow.
I like Maya Caldwell.
Howard.
I like Maya Caldwell. Maya Caldwell is a bucket.
Good call on Maya Caldwell.
She's a bucket.
At the bottom of I didn't even get to her yet. You're right.
The numbers don't really show it, but when you watch her play,
she could hoop.
She could hoop.
She could hoop. For real. Yeah, Ryan Howard. You got Coffee, Haley Jones, Alicia Gray.
I really like Haley Jones too.
Oh, they got Shatori Walker-Kimbrough?
That's a really good bench player.
Yeah, I take everything I said back. There's still an issue with
Told
the
you.
bigs.
Told you.
Their only big is Deonta Gaston, who's a rookie from Auburn.
Yeah, I don't know too much about her.
And it would probably be Nia Coffey at the 5. Or maybe Brianna Jones. Because like you said, how are they going to play both? That's the part I can't figure out. How do you play Jones and Griner?
You have to figure that out. Maybe you start Coffee and bring. I mean, Brianna Jones didn't Brianna Jones win 6th Player of the Year one year?
She may have.
I think she's won 6. Let me look it up. I think she's won 6th Player of the Year. Pretty sure she's won that. We were just talking about, Bonner coming off the bench for Indiana. Yeah, she won 6th Player of the Year in 2022. So I think you could make it work.
Yeah, Dreamer going to be fine.
Yeah, I really like.
You're right. Dreamer fine. It's going to be the Storm. That seems like the best bet, to be honest.
The Storm are not making the playoffs, you don't think?
It seems to be that's the other team. It's not the Sky.
So you got Chicago 7, Seattle 9.
Seattle 9.
I got Seattle 7.
So who is your 5 that falls out?
My 5 that fall out, so 9 will be Chicago, 10 is Los Angeles, 11 is Washington, 12 is Connecticut, 13 is Golden State.
Okay. Wow. And where do you have Dallas?
I got Dallas 8.
Dallas is 8.
Yes,
I think that could be the team, actually.
And I'm a little biased too. I
don't know. There's something about Dallas wings, and the point differential loss was really bad. Like you said, it was against the Aces. It is what it is. They're playing Page, a rookie.
New coach.
New thing. You got a couple now on the team. You got Dejanay and you got Nalissa Smith.
Yep. So I tried to look at it, glass is half full, but
yeah.
But
I tried to keep the same perspective with the Wings, but yeah, it might be them.
But the top 8 I got. So if I start at 1, I got Las Vegas, New York, Minnesota, Indiana, Atlanta, Phoenix, Seattle, and Dallas. And the thing about Phoenix, I like Phoenix. I like that they got Alyssa Thomas, Satu, and Kalia. After that, they have nothing to me.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a great roster aside from 3 players. And those 3 players are all, they're all WNBA players.
Well, you still have Natasha Mack, who's like a decent big for them.
Yeah. She's okay.
Yeah. You got Ozune.
Ozune's not bad.
Kalani Brown they picked up. And Sammy Whitcomb for some shooting.
Yeah, I didn't like their roster as much as I liked these other ones.
I still just it's hard to bet against Alyssa Thomas and Satu.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got
Hopper. These are my favorite players, and they're all on the same team.
I mean, those are 3 players probably within the top 15 of the league.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so hard to say no to the Mercury.
When healthy, but I'm I just didn't like the roster. I didn't like the roster as much as
Satu, who is handling Satu? And nobody, she could guard too.
Satu, healthy, MVP caliber kind of player.
She is. I think Satu is one of the best in the world. I don't know. It kills me. It kills me to even think that they're not going to be good.
So difficult to make this list to me.
Because you got Ozune, right? Who is not a selfish guard.
No.
And I
Pass.
think that's what works with this team is you're going to have Ozune, Copper, Satu, AT, and honestly, I wouldn't start Mac because I feel like Mac does what Alyssa Thomas does. Obviously not to the same level, but you're having like a big who facilitates and does these handoffs and does different things. I think Kalani Brown, because she's a shooter,
She does have a good mid-range game.
her midi is elite. So I would say I would put AT and then I have Kalani Brown starting at the 5. I'd have Natasha Mack coming off the bench. And then as my guard coming off the bench is Sammy Whitcomb, who's just like a very solid, stable vet who shoots threes efficiently. And that's a good starting, like a good top 7, in my opinion.
That's a really tall. I mean, just those 3 players there. I mean, in Brown, Thomas, and Sabally.
Yeah, nope. I mean, Thomas isn't that big for a power forward. I mean, 6'2" is like whatever. But I mean, Satu at the 3 being 6'4", and then you got 6'7" Kalani.
Yeah, Thomas isn't really tall, but she plays like she's 6'7" or 6'8".
Plays like she's 6'40".
Yeah, she plays like a grown-ass man out there.
Alyssa Thomas is a grown-ass man.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go.
But yeah, like, and Kalani and Satu, none of them are skinny, like, respectfully. Like too skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like where somebody's like too skinny, like Bonner, perhaps. Being a big, she's a noodle though. You know, like you could hit her a couple elbows and she's in the 3rd row. You don't worry about that with Kalani Brown. You don't worry about that with Satu or AT or Copper.
You're not moving them.
You're not moving them. You got 4 people who are strong as hell. Like, I don't know. I just don't think the Mercury are going to have a bad year unless it's riddled with injury or like a chemistry problem or something where they don't even want to win and they don't even want to play.
Yeah, I still got them as a 6 seed though.
Yeah, they should be really good. Honestly, I mean, they like you said, they don't have much of a bench, very thin team. I do think that top 7 is good. After that, I mean, Catherine Westbeld, Shyla Heel, Muranjantul Musa.
Yeah, I don't know any of these names.
These are it's a bunch of rookies.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're all rookies. Like I could just name all these names and they'd all be goofy. But they're all rookies. Let me tell you how many rookies they have. Helena Puyo, rookie. Monique Ayoka Makani, rookie. Alexa Held, rookie. Anna Murakat, rookie.
Oh, Anna Makaru. She used to play for UConn.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yeah, the Polish girl.
She wasn't very good.
Yeah, she wasn't good at all. Kajita Lakska, rookie. 5 rookies. Tamira Pondexter, 6. Megan McConnell, 7. Marjanatu Musa, 8. Catherine Westbeld, 9. They have 9 rookies on their roster.
A lot of cuts.
A lot of cuts. That's really bad. You know, like you never want to be the youngest team in the league. Typically, that's a sign of being in the bottom half of the league. You know, like the Thunder are one of the only teams to ever do this. Youngest team in the league, number 1 seed, title favorites. That doesn't happen.
Right.
Typically, young teams are not ready to win or even dominate. So we'll see how this goes. These teams aren't really led by the young people. You know, they got a lot of vets. Alyssa Thomas is like an MVP, so.
Well, she got robbed in 2023, but that's just me.
She's still an MVP in my eyes.
And I'm a Brianna Stewart fan. I'm a UConn.
And you got a finals MVP in Copper.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think they'll be all right. I think the Liberty will be all right. Yeah, just the 5 teams we said pretty much. Yeah, you're higher on the Wings than I think I am slightly. I think I'm one notch below you on the Wings. I think I'm a little higher on the Sky.
What are you thinking for a 6th player?
Oh, 6th player of the year?
Any thoughts? I was bored this morning, so I did predictions.
You know what? I'll go with Bonner.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Pretty good pick. I got Marine. She's back.
Oh yeah, she is back.
She's back. I got Marine Johannes.
All right.
And then I had.
And then another pick one other six woman of the year just in case.
Well, I had two. I had Marine Johannes first, then I had Lexi Hull, and I had Dana Evans for Las Vegas.
I was gonna say Lexi, but either way, I'm picking a Fever player. I know that was my problem. I want to change it. I think it's gonna be a Fever sixth man for sure. Their bench is too stacked. Their team's really good. Someone is gonna come out on top there.
Yeah, I could see it.
But I like the Dana Evans pick. That's a good pick.
Because she was really good off the bench with Chicago.
Yeah.
She was one of the top candidates, I think, maybe 2 years ago. So I like her.
And she could throw a post-entry pass.
That's important, especially with Asia Wilson.
And they got Parker Tyus now. Kia Stokes is like.
No, but Parker Tyus is going to be out. She's pregnant.
She is? How long?
How
9
long?
months.
Hold on. Let me look this up. Where's Las Vegas? Standings.
Pregnant.
It's like a torn ACL.
It is. Out for the year. Pregnant.
There's no news on it, though.
No news? All right. Well, damn, man. All right. Well, maybe I actually have a little bit less hope for the Aces than I thought. Because I thought if you had a fully powered Cheyenne Parker Tyus, that'd be pretty scary.
Now instead you have Queen Egbo.
Yeah, now you got Queen Egbo. It's a little different.
But you do have two really good bigs in Wilson and Stokes. So.
Yeah. But, I mean, you got problems with, like, KB isn't that really doing anything. Kirsten Bell. What?
She got waived.
She got waived? Oh, all right, good. Yeah, get her out of here. She didn't look, like, too good. I feel like 2 years ago she showed some promise, and then last year she didn't do anything.
No, she was hurt. She was hurt a little bit last year, too.
Yeah. But the time she did play, I just remember I'm like, I thought you were going to take the next step. What happened? She just didn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, Sydney Colson's on the Fever too. They lost their vibes girl. So I think the Aces are going to have a down year for sure.
I got them as the number 1 seed.
No Tyus, and now they got to fit Lloyd in there.
And no vibes.
With Sydney Colson keeping shit light. This is going to be like a serious team.
It could be.
Maybe Asia Wilson could teach Bam Adebayo how to shoot some jumpers or something.
Well, he actually had one of his worst seasons this year.
I know. That's why, like, Asia really needs to teach Bam Adebayo how to play basketball.
No, she's the problem, I think.
She's the problem?
Yes. He had a down year this year. He did not play well this year.
No, I'm saying she needs to teach him something. I don't know what's going on, but Bam stinks.
Yeah, she's got to bring his game back or something.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's a distraction.
That's what I'm saying.
I could see that. You know, she's A1. She is.
Gotta cop those shoes.
Gotta cop those shoes.
They come out sometime this month. I forgot what date.
I like the commercial that they came out with.
Yeah.
Did you see it? It's like they're like patty caking. It's like playground type shit.
I
haven't seen a commercial that good in a while.
I don't like the symbol though. The symbol on the shoe looks weird to me.
A1.
But overall I like the shoe.
Why did I type in A1 symbol? It didn't even give me it.
Oh, there was some logo they had that I didn't.
Oh yeah, it's like an X with a little box.
Yeah, I just thought it looked weird.
What is that?
That's what I don't know. It looks weird to me.
You're right. Yeah, I can't figure out what the logo is. I would like a breakdown of what the logo represents. But yeah, so I think the Fever are gonna not be as strong. They don't really have wings, and I see that as a problem. I see Chelsea Gray, slowing down a little bit. So that's where I'm at. Aces roster. Let me double check. KB's still listed on the roster, but she got waived.
Yeah, that was earlier this week. I'm pretty.
Tiffany Mitchell has been bouncing around the league. She's been chips for 3 years.
She was sick a lot last year though.
True.
So we'll see. What do you got?
Egbo stinks.
Yep.
Was Nye killing it in the game that I was watching, or am I tripping?
I watched like the first half.
I feel like Aaliyah Nye did decent in the preseason game. Got Gustafson. Yeah, they don't have wings. This is what I'm saying. So like Parker Tyus is out. She's listed as a forward, but we all know this is her 10th year. She's a center by now. She's not really a 4 anymore, especially because Asia would play the 4. But then you have all these backup bigs. You got Kitley coming from Virginia Tech, the rookie. Kia Stokes, center. You got Kitley, center. And Parker Tyus, center, but she's out. Megan Gustafson, center. Play.
I see her as more of a 4.
Megan Gustafson?
Yeah.
I guess so. She's slow and she's 6'4".
I don't see her at a 5. As a 5.
I guess so. So then Asia would be the 5 there, or whatever type of bench thing they do. But it's like, where's the wings?
I don't know.
They don't have forwards. They got Crystal Bradford. They picked her up, but I mean, that's not much. And it's not Kirsten Bell. And I think that's what I'm saying here is you were supposed to be developing this small forward of the future. And Vegas never did that. Nor did they ever look for a small forward of the future. They kind of just relied on having 3 guards, 2 bigs. And that's been their playbook the whole time.
But it worked.
Gray, you got Jackie Young and Plum, and then you got Asia with whatever other big wants to help her out back there.
But it worked.
And it works. But I just don't think Chelsea Gray being your small forward for the rest of the season and just keep having her go at that spot, I just don't see her as that long-term fit there.
You did lose Alicia Clark, too.
And they lost Alicia Clark. She's on the Storm.
Back on the Storm.
She's back on the Storm. So you lost a shooter. Guaranteed, Alicia Clark was 2 threes a game, it felt like. You're losing spacing, which I don't like. She was a hard worker, not the best defender. She's older, too. But still, like, you're just losing a wing. And I think wings are so important. I'd rather have 5 wings than, like, 5 bigs or 5 guards.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to build a team and you gave me one position, I would build it with wings. And that's what I'm saying is when I look at the Aces, I don't see one wing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it. But, yeah, the WNBA season is pretty interesting. A lot to come from it. MVP Satu.
I'm going to say
Asia. It should be Asia.
Say Sabrina.
Sabrina, the Slack Mamba.
I know I was going to shock you. I'm going to say
okay. That's what I like to hear.
You're going to get off to a slow start. You got Cloud dropping her dimes. Sabrina doesn't have to worry about defense as much. I don't know.
What about Jonquel? What is Jonquel doing?
Jonquel's going to have another good season. It's Jonquel. She's going to, sometimes.
I think this is the lazy season for Jonquel.
Might be. She won the chip.
Comes and goes.
She won the chip. She won Finals MVP.
This is Julius Randle. This is who she is.
Huh?
You get one great year and then one down year. And then next year she comes back motivated because she said, you know what, last year I didn't try too hard.
They'll be ready.
And then the next year she goes, you know what, last year I tried way too hard.
I got to pump the brakes here.
I got to pump the brakes a little bit. And then the next year she goes, I'm going to press on the gas a little bit.
All right, so 2026 is going to be her year.
2026 is when the Liberty win their last title of the run. And that's when Stewie's done and everything. But this is going to be the off year for the Liberty. I have a gut feeling about it. They're obviously like not going to miss like the playoffs or like anything like that. Like they're not going to be in the bottom 5. I just don't know if they're going to be that rock solid number 1 anymore.
Right, and Stewie, she has not looked the same since the 2023 postseason.
No.
She has not looked like the same player because that regular season, the first regular season she was with the Liberty, she looked fantastic.
And she overworked herself. I told you, this year is going to expose what the hell they just did. And I think some people are going to have dead legs.
We'll see what Collier looks like.
And Collier.
She won the one-on-one competition, and she made it all the way to the championship game for the 3-on-3. So
I don't know, there's still a chance, I guess, with this Liberty team. You know, Jalen Sherrod, I think, is a really good backup guard. I liked her last year.
And Marine's back, most importantly.
Marine's back. Rebecca Gardner as well. She was out for the past couple of years. She hurt her ankle for the Sky. I think she tore her Achilles or something. Sabali is getting better.
She was really in that game 5.
Yeah. Fibic came back, which is huge.
Fibic was great as the season went along, especially with Benache Laney Hamilton missing so much time.
And even if Stewie's out, you got Fibic, which, I mean, she's not Stewie, but she's some of the closest people, I'd say, some of the closest player comparisons to Fibic, I would say, is she's like a little Stewie. And
she's an incredibly efficient three-point shooter.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're going to be good.
That's what I mean. I really like their roster.
They got Izzy Harrison, too. It seems like they built for Stewie being, like, gone.
Or maybe,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe they know she's maybe not going to be ready right away for the start of the season, or she's going to be.
And Laney Hamilton's out too, right?
Yes.
For how long?
I think they suspended her contract or something.
Something weird, right?
Yeah. So they expect her, I think, maybe the whole season.
Yeah, so you got Laney Hamilton missing the whole season. You got Stewie having some weird shit. I like Kennedy Burke, Izzy Harrison, everything. Like you said, I think this is set up for Sabrina to potentially have an MVP type year.
I'm saying. What about Defensive Player of the Year?
DPOY, Cardozo or Ezzy. Those are my 2 picks.
I had Ezzy 3. I had Cloud 2. I got Dejanay at number 1. Cloud's lockup,
but I don't know what she's about to do in New York.
Sasha Cloud gonna go crazy.
That team don't play. Sandy Barndello don't make them play no defense.
She's gonna lock shit up. The only thing she has to do. They got plenty of scoring.
I guess so. She's got to play make.
She's not a good scorer either. She's never. But she can lock up on defense.
Yeah, she can.
Dewey, Sabrina, Marine, Jonquel, Fibic can all score.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, the Liberty, like I said, Liberty are going to be good. I don't know if they're going to be number 1 because if you're missing Stewie or if she's not there, as good as she once was, I just don't trust it being a number 1 seed.
That's why I got them as number 2.
Yeah.
Potentially 3. I got Minnesota at 3.
Mm-hmm.
What about MIP?
MIP.
You kind of mentioned it. You didn't say MIP, but you were hoping for this player to have a big year.
Who?
Diamond Miller.
Oh, Diamond Miller. She would have to get traded. So my goal for Diamond Miller is to get her to the Sun. And once we get Diamond Miller to the Sun, she will win MIP.
We start the championship run again.
And then that's the rebuild.
With Morrow.
I think. Oh, look at my guy Mike commented. Look who's back. I know we took a little bit of a break. Ritchie moved into a new house. He had to make some deals with Bezos,
Mm-hmm.
some $1 billion deals in Amazon.
Yep, and I lost $1 billion.
Hey, you lose $1 billion, you gain $1 billion. That's the
I
life of a man.
No, I lost $1 billion I never had.
Oh, well, now you're in debt. That's a totally different story. What were we just saying?
We were talking about the rebuild and the championship run.
Oh, yeah. Diamond Miller, bro. She is so slept on, and I feel like she is not being used in the WNBA at all.
Cheryl Reeve hates her.
Cheryl Reeve hates Diamond Miller, and I think that's what it is she's not even allowed to play. And once someone gives Diamond Miller a spot, it's a wrap. And that's why I think you trade her to the Sun and you give her all the free reign in the world. Mabry wants to get traded. Trade Mabry to the Lynx. Get Diamond Miller some picks, get something back, and let's work from there. Let's try to build that. Hold on 1 second. Lynx, roster, and then Sun roster. Not the Phoenix Suns, the Sun, the Connecticut Sun, no S.
Kevin Durant wants a new home.
Kevin Durant for Satu Sabali.
They're going to trade him, they're saying, so.
No, so this is what I would do, right? So if I was in a bind and if I was the Sun and you got Marina Mabry begging to leave, you got to figure out a way to trade Marina Mabry for Diamond Miller and something else. What else would you want? I would say to get a guard. Because you got Morrow, you got Rivers, you're trading away Mabry.
You still have Lindsey Allen.
Lindsey Allen's old.
I'm just saying, you have another guard. I mean, you need.
Right, you do have a backup point guard.
I mean, so you need another one, but you'd bring Heidemann back.
You bring Heidemann back. Yeah, maybe that's what the trade is. You take Heidemann and Miller for Mabry, and it's a steal for both sides because Mabry doesn't want to play for the Sun. So if Mabry wants to be out, she doesn't even want to be there. That's not really a good team you want to build. It doesn't build good chemistry or anything. And then you bring in Heidemann, who fucked with Connecticut for a little bit. She was dope off the bench. But then you bring in a future star, a prospect in Diamond Miller.
Right.
And I think Diamond Miller could at least get like 13 a game.
Definitely.
Like she's decent. She really is. The way she gets to the rack, the way she drives, her stride length is crazy. Her legs like start up here.
Yeah.
But she drives, she literally is like, it's like Giannis, I swear. She takes 2 dribbles and she's at the rim from like behind the 3-point line. I've seen her do it plenty of times. And one of the times she rolled her ankle really bad, she just has these long strides that I don't even think anyone could expect for how much ground she's covering. And she just stepped on someone's foot and rolled it, and she's been done ever since. But yeah, I love Diamond Miller. I think she's legit. You can look at her stats and see she averages 2 points a game. She's a star in the making.
And I also had as much as I just thought because they're going to have a lot of opportunity, I had a Dota and DeShields on that list too for MIP. Because
anyone on the Sun is going to get the look.
They're going to be playing a lot.
I get what you're saying. We got Robin Parks.
She got the strap.
She got the hood jumper. I don't know. She just shoot like every hood dude I've ever balled with. You go to the park and
they nice though.
The dude who shows up in jean shorts, baggy dark jean shorts. That's who she shoots like.
It's gonna go in though. The shot's gonna go in.
It's gonna go in. She makes it every time.
And
that's so good though. The Lynx, like they still have Elena Smith.
And Dorka.
They still got Dorka Juhas. They still have Jessica Shepard and Bridget Carlton.
And Smith and Carlton had career years last year.
They're just so deep.
That's why I like Minnesota this year too.
Yeah, if I was them, I would trade for a guard, 100%. Because honestly, they got Alyssa Peely, another one. You know, maybe even trade her to the Sun too. Yeah, I'll take Peely and Miller.
She hasn't seen a lot of time. in her rookie year.
She went ham on Native American Heritage Night, though.
Yeah, they finally played her, and she put up 20-something.
Because she's Hawaiian, so they gave her a little respect on Native American Heritage Day. And she fucking balled out. She dropped like 24. I watched it live, and no one wanted to say shit about it, but I'm like, she led the game in scoring. She killed it.
Yeah, look at what happens when you actually play her.
Dead ass. She's not just some little sideshow on Native American Heritage Night, but that gave her the platform, but she proved she's better than that. So, I don't know. If a team could trade for Alyssa Peely, I would love that. Imagine if she could just learn under Tina Charles, because Tina's got some shit. And if Peely could figure out how to steal something that Tina Charles does, that'd be scary.
Peely's got great footwork.
Incredible footwork, strong-ass base.
Yeah, Utah, she was great.
Yeah, she really was. And I want to see her get some more tick, too. And you're not going to play if you're behind Collier and Jessica Shepard and Uhas and Elena Smith and Bridget Carlton. You're never going to get in.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. I think that's the trade to make. Mabry to this team is deadly. Like, deadly. They would win the championship. You drop Heidemann and Miller for Mabry, it's a dub. But at the same time, that's something that the Sun need to do. The Sun need to just stop dicking around and actually go for a star and aim for something in the future, because we lost everybody.
And they denied Mabry her trade request.
Right, and they denied the trade request. So, like, we lost Ty Harris. Who else did we lose?
Alyssa Thomas.
Well, Alyssa Thomas, Tawana Bonner,
Dejanay.
Brianna Jones, and Dejanay. So, yeah, we did. We lost our entire starting five last year.
Yep.
All five gone. And that's what I'm saying. I think the Sun are worse than the Valkyries, because the Valkyries at least got picks around. We just lost everyone.
Yeah, that's rough.
The Valkyries built a better team than what we got left with after everyone left us. So, yeah, we're just we're holding the bag. That's how it feels as the Sun. Like, we got left holding the bag. It is what it is. And now we're stuck with whatever we got.
Still got a good draft. I still like it.
Yeah, I want to see Layla Lacan, I think is her name. She was from France last year. She was the first round draft pick from last year. She's like a shooting guard, small forward. She plays defense. I don't know. I at least want to see her get some minutes.
Right.
Something. But how's the playoffs been going for you? I mean, the Celtics are killing it. The Magic weren't shit.
No, yeah, the Magic. I mean, they played us tough. They played us physical, but they have nothing after Banchero and Wagner that are really gonna do anything consistently. I mean, you have Cole Anthony, KCP didn't really do much this series. I don't understand why.
Suggs is hurt. If Suggs was there, I think it would be a little different.
And
I think it would be a legit 5. It would still go 5, or it'd go to game 5, but it would not be this bench Drew the whole series. Is Tatum out for 2 games? Jaylen Brown's knee, should we rest him? It's not this questionable thing. It's foot on the gas. We need to win this shit.
Right. I mean, when Tatum hurt his wrist and they said it was whatever, a bone bruise, and he missed what did he miss? Game 2?
Mm-hmm.
Or
game 2 or game 3?
Or no, he got hurt in game 2, and then I think he missed game 3. Like, I was almost thinking, rest him game 3 and game 4. Mm-hmm. Why push him?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's the type of series it was in 5. But if Suggs was there, I think he adds a whole nother element. You have a great defender, a transition threat, a playmaker, a shooter. He's their best 3-point shooter on the starting lineup, and they lost him. He's probably their best overall athlete. So he's a big piece.
And I don't understand why Wagner continues to shoot threes. Why?
He tries to keep him honest, but we've seen it. I think Giannis kind of proved the point of how much better he got when he stopped trying to keep the defense honest.
Yeah.
Because there's no stopping Giannis if you know he's coming or not. So what's the point of shooting the 3?
Right.
That's the way I seen it for a long time, and people eventually convinced me to be like, well, he needs to take some to keep the defense honest. And I'm like, that's true. You want them to close out hard, and then the rotations get affected by that and stuff. But yeah, I think he needs to figure something out and stop shooting threes. He needs to learn about a midi, find a spot. If you ever hear Tatum and all these players, Michael Jordan, Giannis, all the best players in the world talk about spots. They have spots on the court that they train at and practice, and that's where they go to when they need a bucket. That's what Franz needs. He needs a mid-range spot, something to get to, a little elbow jumper.
Yeah, so in those 5 games, he shot 7 of 37 from 3, which is 18.9%.
7 of 37?
Yeah, and I think on the season, the regular season, he shot below 30%.
Yeah.
He shot 20.
You can't go to the playoffs against the best team, shoot 18%, and then call yourself a star. So
yeah, he shot 29.5% in the regular season through 60 games, and in his career 4 seasons, he shot 32.2%.
And I feel like 32 is generous.
And they just rely so heavily on Wagner and Banchero with the Celtics, Derek White could be the leading scorer on that team, and he could have a big night. Porzingis could have a big night. Obviously, you have the Jays. Then even Holiday could have big nights and big plays on defense in the fourth quarter and stuff. It's just the Celtics, to me, had too much that series.
Yeah. And then Porzingis, he got his unicorn horn ripped off.
Yeah, that was gross.
He ripped it off. They threw it into the third row.
Mm-hmm.
I heard they couldn't even sew it back on.
Even sew it back.
He just has a scar there now.
And he still came back in the same game.
He did.
Gotta love it. What about how are we feeling about Milwaukee? What's going on with Giannis? Going to get traded? Is he going to request a trade? Is he staying?
All right, so there's only 2 moves for Giannis to make. So you either trade Damian Lillard to the Brooklyn Nets for Cam Thomas and Nick Claxton and Cameron Johnson. Get the whole team.
The whole starting 5.
You're going to trade Dame Lillard and Brook Lopez. You're going to cast them off into retirement.
Lopez back to Brooklyn, though.
Lopez back to Brooklyn and send Dame to Brooklyn. Both of their contracts together. You get Cam Thomas, you get Nick Claxton, you get Cameron Johnson. You got to give up, I think the Bucks have a few picks left. If you want to keep Giannis and keep this going, you trade them. We get Claxton, we get Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas. Now they're set. They're ready to go. And get rid of Doc Rivers. Or they trade Giannis to Brooklyn and you trade him for some other shit that's not Cam Thomas. Because I've always said it, and I said it back in the day. Remember when I was begging for Kemba to go to the Bucks? And then he gets traded to the Celtics, and that was the whole thing, and his knees were bad, and it was better off that Giannis didn't get Kemba, and he got Drew, and he won a championship. But Kemba and Dame, that's who I was screaming for in 2015. 2015 me was like, all Giannis needs is Damian Lillard or Kemba Walker. You get a volume 3-point shooting guard, and it's a wrap. And then they end up making a big move and trade a lot of pieces for Drew Holiday, who is a 3-point shooting point guard, and he defends, and he does a lot of things. So it was a great move. Smartest move they could have possibly did was actually get Drew. The issue is I still think Giannis needs that guy. The problem is Dame's not there. And we already seen it. Gary Trent Jr. was dropping 35 on the Bucks to fill in, to do stuff. You don't think Cam Thomas can come in and fill in? Come on. And that's just the way I see it, is I think Cam Thomas next to Giannis would be good because you have a volume scoring guy who threatens from space, and he's just an overall threat. You have to double team this guy, which means that you can't have Giannis is open. If Cam Thomas is double teamed, Giannis is open, technically. Someone is open. But if you fuck up the rotation bad enough and leave Giannis open, that's 100%. Giannis ain't gonna miss an open lane and dunk it, So it's like that's what I see out of this is you want to move him next to a volume scoring guard, a young guy. So like Tyrese Maxey would be solid, But how the hell are you going to get Tyrese Maxey and Giannis together? The reason why I say Cam Thomas is actually the perfect option is because he doesn't make any money. He doesn't have a contract. He's a restricted free agent this offseason.
Yep.
And the most money any team has is, I think, $11 million. So the Brooklyn Nets have him by the balls because the Brooklyn Nets are the only team with cap space. But at the same time, it's a matching league for salaries. So when Cam Thomas goes out there in free agency and the best offer he gets is from Utah for $9 million, Brooklyn's going to go, we're going to match the $9 million. And that's it. And you're not going to have a conversation. And that's the only thing. So I said it earlier this year too. I thought the Brooklyn Nets or somebody should have traded Cavs. It could have been anybody. Trade for Cam Thomas while he's worth $4 million on a contract. Who cares if you lose him next year? You have a 20-point per game scorer off the bench for $4 million. And it's this concept that like is so pervasive in the NFL. Find a quarterback in the draft, build around him with stars, and you win the Super Bowl, which has kind of been a good formula for a really long time. It worked for Cam Newton. He didn't win it. It worked for Russell Wilson. It worked for Brady. Brady wasn't the best quarterback for a long time. Eventually, he led the team to the Super Bowl, but it was the defense that led him there the first time.
The first few times, really.
First few times. And that's what I'm saying. And he's on a cheap contract because he's on his rookie deal. And that's the point. And I don't think teams in the NBA actually have that mindset to rebuild around a young guy on less money because the NBA has kind of never been built like that. You know, you build around the star, the guy who's making $50 million, and then you figure out what's around him after that. You build with scraps. You duct tape around the star. That's the way the NBA is. And I think if I was a GM, I would be the opposite. I would try to do other things. I would try to, amplify things. And I think amplifying your team with Cam Thomas would be really good. You have a dude who's on a $4 million deal. You could put him on the Celtics right now, and it wouldn't affect the cap. You could put him on anything. He wouldn't affect anyone's cap. So essentially, you could have traded your 15th man and a couple picks or whatever the hell you wanted to do to get a guy who's like a Russell Wilson. You got a guy who's on a rookie deal. He might be a little undersized. He might be a little whatever, but like he's better than whatever you got. And that's something that I think is really missing in the NBA is that concept of building around the superstar while he's cheap and young. They never do that. They want you to lose for 10 years straight before they go, that's the guy that you need to build around. No one ever built around him before. And it's always this like too late, you know?
It's just surprising to me that no one's really talking about him. And he's averaged, 20 plus points per game the last 2 seasons. It's just
24. There
you go. It's just a head scratcher to me. And Milwaukee's also done a horrible job. Whoever that GM has done a horrific job.
You know who did this actually? It was Philly.
Who?
Philly built around their young guys with expensive-ass players around them. They brought in J.J. Redick for $30 million. They brought in Tobias Harris for $35 million. You have to bring – when you got young guys and maybe you can't bring in, LeBron James or Paul George or whatever at the time, you got to figure it out. And you pay competent vets to surround them and to teach them and build them up. And this is the Tom Brady theory. You have a cheap quarterback. You build a whole infrastructure around him of pros. So in 5 years, he's a fucking pro. He's a pro's pro. And now everyone else around him, all the old guys aged out. And now you got young guys who look to him and go, okay, he's the vet. He's someone we look up to. And he knows how to lead. So instead of that, you kind of just you mess around with Cam Thomas for 3 years on and off the bench. You call him the starter. You don't want to pay him the money. You put him on the bench. You say he doesn't play defense or he doesn't play make in the media. You say all these things. And then 2-3 years from now, you're going to go, oh, we still have Cam Thomas. Our team still sucks. We could sign DeMar DeRozan and blah, blah, blah in free agency. And you bring him, and then it doesn't work. And then you go, see, Cam Thomas sucks. No, for the first 5 years, you surrounded him with mediocrity. You didn't give him anything stable to believe in, even to believe in himself, to go out there and try hard or anything. And you never gave him a successful situation to win in, to know what it takes to win. So if you just leave him in poverty, he's going to stay in poverty. And that was everybody. If you put Josh Smith on a successful franchise 20 years ago, Atlanta Hawks, Josh Smith, who ended up getting paid by the Pistons when they bought him out because some team was finally like, hey, somebody needs to pay this guy and do something with him. And he gets there and he doesn't even want to play anymore and he's done with the NBA and he's all sorts of shit. But, that's like a player that I think in the right situation, Josh Smith is a guy that we talk about in, Carmelo Anthony circles, in Tracy McGrady circles. Josh Smith would be in there. But he was in a terrible situation. Nobody bought into him. And then I think he ended up not buying into himself. A guy with literally limitless talent. If you've ever seen Josh, I know you're a little bit young. I got to see Josh Smith's prime, and I got to see when he kind of fell off too, and it was ugly. But some guys got it. The problem is no one around them got them.
Bars.
Stephon Marbury, Baron Davis. You put them in different situations, they're better players and remembered as different players. That's just the way I see it.
Good point.
Yeah, I think it's just a little situational, and that's all I'm saying. I got a lead scoring guard right here for the cheap for Giannis. But what is he going to do? Is he going to make a dumb decision? Is he going to go to the Rockets? And is he going to what's he going to be surrounded by? Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet still? You get what I'm saying?
I saw the Spurs too. I saw he was connected to the Spurs.
Yes, I seen something about the Wemby thing, and that's pretty interesting.
That scares me. Who's stopping that in the paint? That's
nobody. I like it.
That's crazy.
Giannis Wemby.
I like that too.
That could be really good. Plus, you're forgetting Fox and Castle are on that team too.
Yeah, and you have Fox and Castle. You got Devin Vassell still.
You do need some shooting, so yeah, Vassell would have to stay because who else is going to shoot?
And Vassell's got a pretty big contract too.
I think that's who they would probably have to trade. It would have to be Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and maybe even something else. I don't know what to get Giannis there unless maybe Zach Collins. You would just have to put a whole bunch of first picks.
Yeah, get Zach Collins out of here.
Yeah, you could get rid of Zach Collins, and I would do Zach Collins and Keldon Johnson and literally unlimited pick. Whatever San Antonio has, they got 5 firsts for the next 5 years. Send them.
See,
5 firsts, Keldon, and Zach Collins for Giannis. And you get Giannis in his last 4 best years of his career, and then he's done. He's what, 29 now, 30?
And Giannis is actually worth 5 first-round picks, unlike Gobert and Bridges.
Right, Bridges. Fucking Bridges.
I think Gobert probably brings more value to the Timberwolves than Bridges does to the Knicks. Definitely.
Did you see the numbers? Tatum's guarded by Bridges compared to OG.
No.
It's he shoots 80% on Bridges. He shoots 20% on OG.
Yeah, I would think that he doesn't do well against Anunoby.
But at the same time, why wouldn't he? Why is he killing Bridges? Bridges is supposed to be this all-around defensive stopper, best defender in the league type shit.
A guy who's worth for 5 first-round picks.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and he can't guard. And that's the funniest part about it is because that's what I was screaming in Brooklyn when I was watching him be the teammate of Cam Thomas. This guy's supposed to be the best defender in the league. He couldn't guard a damn. He was a traffic cone. People blew by him every fucking game. He didn't do shit. And then all they say after the game, well, Cam Thomas just isn't a defender. And it's Mikhail didn't guard anyone all game.
Yeah,
I'm like, Cam Thomas is dealing with switches constantly. If he's playing the Lakers, Luka's hunting a switch, and now, boom, now he's got Cam Thomas on him. And regardless if you say, oh, Cam Thomas can't guard Luka, blah, 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 blah. For one, no one in the league can damn near guard Luka. Two, you know how hard it is? Imagine if you had to guard Luka no matter what. If they just keep permanently switching and matchup hunting you, no matter what, if you're out there, you're guarding him. And he had to guard Luka for 30 minutes last night. Mikhail had to go guard fucking Rui in the corner. Who got more work in? Who actually defended their ass off that night, regardless? The guy who had to guard Luka and kept getting switched.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's so easy to say X, Y, Z, oh, this guy, blah, 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 blah. But the more you watch and watch and watch, like, you just start to see patterns. And I seen that with Mikhail. Like, I actually think he's a better offensive player than defense. And it's always, people always kind of seen it as the opposite. He was a great defender, good at offense. I think he's actually pretty decent at offense and an average defender if he wants to be.
I think he was a better defender when he was in Phoenix.
Yeah, but when he came over to Brooklyn, you know, he changed his game a little bit.
But he had that season where he was averaging whatever 20-plus points per game, and they made it to the playoffs.
And it wasn't. And see, that the biggest fallacy people remember is he never ever actually averaged 20 points that season.
Overall, but I'm saying when he was with the Nets.
No, but even the season after that he had a full year with the Nets, he only averaged 19. Cam Thomas averaged 23.
No, I'm just saying in that little time.
I know, for the 20 games he played for Brooklyn, he averaged 24 points.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that's why, you know, everyone kind of went crazy and they say, oh, he's going to be the future of this team or whatever, and he's a number one option. I think he's probably number 3 option at best, which is not a knock. It's not really a knock.
That's what I was peeping, and then I'm hearing people go, oh, he's taking the ball. Cam Thomas is ball hogging. That's why Mikhail can't get points up. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, because Jalen Brunson has the ball more than Cam Thomas has ever had it.
Right.
Right? And, like, just certain things don't add up.
Yeah, it just didn't fit. I mean, it was just you were trying to have Bridges as your number one. He's not really a number one.
And he's not. And the coach was screaming it. You know, Steve Nash wanted Bridges to be the number one option. Jock Vaughn wanted Mikhail Bridges to be the number one option. Motherfucking even Kevin Ali thought the same thing. Mikhail Bridges should have been the number one option, but, you know, also you got this new up-and-coming guard and everything else. But they kept saying, Mikhail's our star. Mikhail's our number one guy. Everything in the press was, Mikhail's our number one guy. And like I said, when you go to the stats, Cam averaged 5 more points than him.
Right.
And it's like the same attempts. So it's like there's efficiency shit built in where everyone who says Mikhail is this worth 5 picks and all this other stuff, and then Cam Thomas shouldn't even get an NBA contract because he's a ball hog and he can't hoop. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think you're bugging. You know? Because when the math ain't mathing.
All right.
Want to know another reason why the math ain't mathing? The NBA draft this year. There's a guy. His name, I think his name is Trey Johnson. Right? Trey Johnson. He's supposed to go 5th in the draft. You know who his comparison is?
Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas. So you're telling me Cam Thomas is now a draft comparison player who now is worth a 5th pick. He's worth a 5th pick, but he's not worth a roster spot. He's getting player comps now to other players, but he's not worthy of a roster spot. Look it up. Trey Johnson out of Texas. He's 6'6". They call him a big Cam Thomas. That's been his mark this whole time. And it's just funny because it's like, oh, really? So Cam Thomas is worth the fifth pick in the first round. Man. Interesting.
Who do you got in Game 7 tonight?
My boy Robert actually commented on the stream. He was the first comment when we first went live, and he said Rockets.
I'm taking Warriors.
You're taking Warriors?
Yeah.
I think that's a good pick.
I'm surprised the series has gone this long. That case starts tonight.
I think it's necessary for the league to have Curry in the second round and Jimmy. So
Ref's going to be.
I just think it'll be a weird way to tell history that Jimmy Butler can get to the finals by himself whenever he wants. And Curry has done that, got to the finals by himself whenever he wants. And then when they team up, they can't get out the first round.
It is weird, right?
That part the math doesn't add up in my head. That doesn't make sense. So I think the Rockets should lose tonight. They shouldn't win a game 7. There's no way they should win it. And I think that's every reason why they're going to win it.
So you think the Rockets are going to win?
I don't think so. If I pick the Warriors, it's going to be the Rockets. If I pick the Rockets, it's going to be the Warriors. So what I'm trying to tell you is,
got to stay neutral.
I want to see Curry in the future. I want to see him in the playoffs. I think the NBA is better when Curry is in the playoffs. And Jimmy also has proven to be just such a hard ass in the playoffs. And the way he picked apart the Celtics multiple years, the zombie heat is what they called them. And he just wouldn't die. He wouldn't give up. And he just kept pushing and kept going. And that's Jimmy. So I don't think he's going to lose to this, especially because it's Ime Udoka. It wasn't like Jimmy talking about getting traded to the Rockets and everything else. They wanted Jimmy because he's their missing piece at the wing and some playmaking and other things. But it's like that's what they needed. And now they're facing Jimmy. And I don't think they're going to do well against that for a game 7. I think it's going to all come out and the Warriors are going to win. But I feel like I'm jinxing it right now. And Robert came in, was the first comment of our show and said Rockets. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know. He says Rockets versus Warriors game 7. I got Rockets. Thoughts?
I'll be right back.
All right. But what I see is you got Gary Payton II playing great defense. He's even hitting shots. He looks great out there. Draymond's moving well. The scariest part about the Rockets is Steven Adams. Steven Adams is the biggest threat to all democracy. He's going to steal the election. Wait, this isn't the presidency. I'm kidding, but he's going to literally take over the game. And it's Steven Adams. And you're like, what the fuck? He doesn't even jump. And that's what he does. He's going to take over the game. You wait and see. It's going to be Steven Adams and Şengün, 2 guys who can't move. Some of the slowest guys in the league are going to be the biggest problems for the Warriors. You can't make them dance everywhere. That's actually part of the Warriors' trick, is to use your own athleticism against you. They get you to move when they're not even moving. They move you when, you know what I'm saying? It's the fake. That's the whole Warriors playbook. It's like the ultra analysis. And it's supposed to just drag athletes everywhere, NBA athletes, and it's supposed to just be a matchup thing and you play. The thing with the Rockets is they're not risky or fast on the back end. So you're not going to catch, like if you're playing the Bucks and, Giannis is playing his little free safety thing, you're not going to catch him flying around in the back and messing up a rotation. Steven Adams is keeping his arm on his guy. And he's just going to follow him wherever he goes. Şengün, same thing. He's going to play and drop, and he's going to stay attached, and he's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to get all these crazy shifting rotations the way the Warriors like to get defenses to play. I think you have super athletes up front at the wing. You got, Jalen Green, not the best defender, but he's still a great athlete.
He sucks this series.
He does suck this series.
There's no reason you should be bringing up Jalen Green. He's done nothing to help the Rockets win.
But I'm saying you have athletic wings.
Amen Thompson,
Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith, even Dylan Brooks is an athlete.
Yeah.
So it's like you got these guys who are super athletic on the defensive perimeter, and then you got literally like some poles, some totem poles on the back end with Şengün and Adams.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. You're not sending all these like Jaren Jackson Jr., where he's just jumping around everywhere, fouling people, being reckless, missing a shift or late on a rotation or overextended because he tried to block it and got greedy. You're not having that with Steven Adams. He's staying home. He's home every time.
And Steven Adams has been the difference this series.
I know. And that's the problem. Is he's somebody who doesn't even jump. He's like Tina Charles. He doesn't leave the ground. And somehow he is dominating a series with the Golden State Warriors. It's kind of shocking, but it's kind of not at the same time, because this is what Steven Adams has done for a while. He's always been a problem in the West. When he played for the Grizzlies, he was an issue for the Warriors. Even when he played for the Pelicans, he created new issues. Like, people didn't know how to match up with the Pelicans. There were nights where Steven Adams got triple doubles 2-3 seasons ago because they didn't have anybody. Zion was out. And literally, they just started playing Steven Adams, and he can pass. He's a smart dude. He's not like, quick or shifty, or he's got no moves. He knows what's going on.
He's got huge hands.
Yeah, he's good passer and all that shifted defense, that's for sure, with some pump fakes and shit. So, I think Steven Adams is pretty damn good, and he is the difference maker. It's him and Amen. No one else. I see people talking about Amen and Asar's middle name. Have you seen that?
No.
You've never seen their middle name?
No.
It's Excellence. Here, let me see. Can you see the chat?
No, I don't think.
I just texted it to you. You see it? XLNC.
Oh, it's like that. Oh.
That's how both of their middle names are spelled. Amen and Asar, their middle names are Excellence. XLNC. But what's funny is everyone keeps talking about their middle name. But Amen isn't even his real name. His name is Amez.
It's Amez?
It's Amez, and they call him Amen. Asar is his real name. And everyone just keeps talking about excellence, excellence, excellence. Their middle name is so cool. It's so funny. But Amen's name isn't Amen.
I didn't even know that.
Amez. Yep, you could Google it. Ameiz. Amaze? Maybe it's Amaze. Amaze Excellence. I think that's what it is. Now that I said it out loud, I think that's actually what it is.
No.
His real name is Amaze, and they call him Amen. Huh.
Learn something new every day.
You do. Look at that. That's what tuning in to Too Generic.
What happens? You
I'll
gotta
always teach you the facts.
what do you gotta do? You gotta sign in for the fantasy league.
Oh yeah, so I was about to tell you that.
You haven't joined yet. You don't have.
I want to do a Top Shot one.
I'm not doing a Top Shot one. Nobody's gonna do a Top Shot one.
They'll do a Top Shot one. My Top Shot people will do it.
Yeah, I'm not doing a Top Shot.
All right. Well, I'll join your league, but I want to do a Top Shot league where like we all bet a moment, like the same. Everyone buys in with the same card, and then winner wins like all the cards, everyone's card.
I need 4 more people after you too.
I know, but that's the thing is when I had my last year the sports league, and then our fantasy draft got messed up because like we messed up I forgot. Somebody didn't want to pay, and then there was like 2 people who didn't join. It was a big old shit show. So this one, I want to make sure I do it right, and it's not a mess. So that's it.
You got to get Colin to join again.
Yeah, Colin plays. He cares. So that's good.
So then we need 3 more.
Which I could find. I could find it. But the only thing is, like I said, I think if I start the Top Shot League, it could be pretty cool.
Because I don't have anybody who really wants to join either.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm having a problem making a women's fantasy league this year.
Well, I have a problem.
That'll be it.
Well, no one wants to do the basketball because no one wants to follow it every day.
Right. The season's a little bit longer than it once was. And those daily injuries get annoying.
Yeah. Like, Jaden's the only one who's actually going to follow it. So,
and that's why I say I want to do a Top Shot one, so these people actually bet real money and they'll actually care about it.
right. Or we could put money down now in this one.
We could, but it's the same group.
Yeah,
you know,
put money down. Why not?
I don't know. I'm down to put the $10 or whatever and take all your money at the end of the series, but
You probably are going to win again. So,
I like winning.
yeah.
I don't know. If anybody in the chat, we got 3 people in the chat. If any of y'all want to join our fantasy league, right down below. This will be the free one. I'm gonna start a Top Shot one. I'll join the league too. I'll join the link soon. But
And then
so I want to do a Top Shot one where basically I'll say, okay, everybody needs to have a Shakira Austin rookie moment, and we send it in, and that's your buy-in. So whatever price you buy Shakira Austin at, her rookie card, that'll be the price to buy in. And that's just an example, but that's just what it is. So we'll try to find something that'll be fun, that everyone will kind of want, that's a WNBA fan. So I'll try to find like a moment that's cool, and it's a player that everyone kind of likes in the WNBA. I know you're not going to be in this one, Rich.
right.
Because it's Top Shot, but who do you think? What do you think should be the moment?
To start with?
Yeah, like what do you think should be like somebody like a Diana Taurasi rare or something? Like what do you think I should do?
Do an Angel Reese offensive rebound.
Well, for one, offensive rebounds aren't moments.
For her, it is.
That was good. That was really good. Perfectly timed. It is a big thing for her. You're right. That is her moment. Is her offensive rebound.
You would and stripping Caitlin.
No, it would be like a rookie. It would be harder. It would be rare. It'd be worth a lot of money to do like an Angel Reese rookie card, and it'll go down because they'll come out with more Angel Reese rares, and it's like a whole thing. So I want to find something like that people can buy in on. Maybe it'll be like a Sue Bird, she got game moment or some shit.
Should do Dejanay stripping Caitlin Clark in her first game.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean by that.
I know. All them turnovers by Caitlin Clark.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, all right.
Don't bring Nalissa into this, please.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke with Nalissa.
No smoke with Nalissa. Yeah, let me see this. Sue Bird. And what would be like a Sue Bird rare?
Her hitting some clutch three.
Game recognized game. I think that would probably be that could be the one. It's like 35 though, and I don't know the prices. I gotta find one with like a flat sell wall. You know what I'm saying? That like have like 10 for $10.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, yeah, we're just gonna everybody get that one. I think that might be the move. Sue Bird, run it back. We'll see. We'll see what it actually comes out to be. Other than that, what else did we say anything else? Did the Celtics series? We did the Rockets and the Warriors.
I'll take the Celtics. Celtics beating the Knicks in 5 games.
Really?
Celtics over Knicks in 5. Cavs over Pacers in 6.
Even with Drew out and everything, the way it's been, you think you guys can handle Brunson?
Yeah, I think Drew could be back. I think maybe they were babying his injury a little bit too.
Okay.
And then I'll take the Thunder over the Nuggets in 7 games. That's a tough series to me. I really.
It is a tough series.
It's a toss. I could see Denver winning it too. It's really a toss up to me.
I think something to play would be Chet. Chet's overs. Play Chet's overs. Trust me on this.
He's cooking Jokic.
Cooking Jokic.
Okay.
Book it. He's so fast. That's one thing I've seen when the Thunder have played and Chet has played against Jokic. That's the speed. Chet's really fast.
The season series is tied 2-2.
And I like Chet in those games.
All right.
Something about it. Trust me. Cheddar.
And I got the draft set for Tuesday, May 13th.
Tuesday, May 13th. Okay.
Because that's the Monday is the final. I think there's one preseason game on Monday, so I just want to make sure if there's any injuries,
Nobody gets hurt.
we know that.
Yeah.
And then I got it for 8:15 Eastern time. Is that early enough?
8:15 Eastern. What? Wait, is that on a what type of? It's on a Tuesday. You said.
Yeah.
Tuesday 8:15, so that means 5:15 here. Yeah, it's good for me to draft because I quit tutoring, so.
Because we could draft Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Okay.
Or if you let me know if you want to switch it, I don't really care either way.
No, I like that. That's fine.
Okay.
I got to build my big board. I got to do a whole bunch of shit.
Then the season starts that Friday, May 16th.
I'll never forget that draft that we had like 2-3 years ago. That I made a big board and I got 4 people in my top 10. I'm like, how the fuck did I just draft it? It was like a 10-man league.
And you won that?
Yeah, I won first place.
Have you won first place every time?
Every time.
How long have we been doing it? We've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, right?
4 years? I won last year too, right?
Yeah, you won last year for WNBA, I'm saying.
Yeah, WNBA, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think I finished 3rd or something last year. You know, ball.
I don't mess around with WNBA. Can't fuck with me.
I did a lot better last year than I did the year before.
Yeah.
The year before, I was cooked.
Your dad had a good squad the other year, right?
Yeah, I think Jaden finished 2nd. I think you beat Jaden.
Yeah, I beat Jaden in the finals.
Yeah. Because
I
Jaden
was surprised with Jaden's team, to be honest.
Because Jaden didn't really know much 2 years ago. And then last year he took it seriously. It was really good.
So yeah, this year we gotta go hard for our draft. Oh yeah, we got some viewers. Yo, in the chat, you got the link, Rich? For the fantasy league?
I don't even know how to do that. Oh,
Copy and paste. DM it to me on Twitter. I'll DM it, or you know what?
I have the link sent to you on text messages.
All right, so I'll send it to myself. I'll put it in the chat. If y'all want to join the fantasy league,
make sure you join too. Make sure you join first.
Well, I mean, there's 4 people in here. I don't think they're all gonna steal the.
Okay. Yeah, I was worried we had thousands of viewers right now.
You know, sometimes we do. Sometimes, just not this weekend. Next Sunday, we plan on having 10,000 viewers. So be here.
All of a sudden, gonna be doing some wild shit for 10,000 viewers.
Like Gil's Arena. Honestly, I feel like we do. We cover way more ball than they do.
Yeah. We gotta get Paul Pierce on here.
Maybe on the bullshit. Yeah, Paul Pierce. Man, I love me some Paul Pierce. Here, I'll put this in the chat right now. So this is the link. If you guys want to join the ESPN Fantasy League, our WNBA Fantasy League, we draft May 13th, 5:15 Pacific time, 8:15 Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be Tuesday, next Tuesday. So be there, be square. If you want to join, all welcome. This is our free league.
I would like to make it like $10.
We can make it $10. Good. So if you join the league, you owe $10. Don't be sliding in for free. We'll boot you. We'll boot you now. We got paying customers, and I win the money every year, 4 years in a row. It would have been 5, but last year got messed up.
Well, no, and the NBA got messed up.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That wasn't my W. You're right.
That wasn't
4 years running.
Yeah,
My WNBA 10-man league. It's a deep league. There's only 12 teams. Now there's 13.
I'm only doing 8 people.
Oh, we're doing 8?
Yeah, that's what we did. I think that's what we've been doing. 10 seems like a lot still.
What do we do for NBA? 12?
I thought we usually do 10.
One year we did 14. That shit was nuts. That was back when I was in Iowa, and I knew never to do 14.
Yeah, I don't remember doing 14.
That was the year like Rondo was on the Kings.
I think I beat you that year.
Yeah, Ryan went off. Ryan had a crazy team that year.
Yeah, I have that screenshot. I think you were the Iowa Western Reavers or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it was that year. But yeah, so you guys want to join? Holla at us on Twitter @PackDrip. You see the name. And yeah, if you want to join the league, we have fun. We love the W. We watch, and it's very competitive. It's something we take serious. So yeah, if you want to take it serious too, pay attention, be locked in, and so be it. Join our league. Other than that, what else did we say? We said we were going to talk UFC. We talked UFC. That was the first 20 minutes. We did more WNBA than I expected. But hey, I showed up in a WNBA jersey, so what do you expect?
You were prepared for it.
I was prepared for it.
I was prepared for it.
Right? Always prepared for it. Next week is interesting with UFC.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
We got the Bullet fighting, and we got Bilal fighting. Jose Aldo's fighting Ariel Helwani.
Yep, I'm gonna take Jose in that.
You're taking Jose Aldo versus Ariel Helwani?
Unless Helwani hits him with his nose or something. Starts jabbing him with the nose. I don't know.
Pecking at him.
Pokes his eye out. Something. I don't know. Might have to take Helwani.
Might have to take Helwani on that one.
Plus 190. Take the free.
What about this one? I feel like this is your match right here.
Oh,
Grasso Silva.
Oh, it hurts. I still feel like Grasso's the better fighter, though.
Grasso's so good.
I hate it. And Grasso's the underdog in this one.
Yeah.
Which is shocking to me. And then Benoit Saint Denis, he was supposed to fight Alvarez. Alvarez is out.
Wait, did Morales and Burns get canceled?
No, that's next week. I mean, not next week. That's the week after.
It's the week after, right? They moved it.
Yeah, that's the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And they put it in the Apex. Jesus Christ.
That's tough. That actually doesn't favor Miles Morales, I don't think.
It's a smaller cage.
Smaller cage and no vibes.
Mm.
I always worry about that. The Apex sometimes, like, it's not the loudest arena, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But either way, Michael Morales is coming away with the victory.
Oh, yeah. Well, that goes without saying.
And he would fuck Bo Nickel up when Bo Nickel drops to 170. Michael Morales is the fucking champ of 170. No one knows it yet.
I wonder how much Michael Morales weighs the night of the fight. Can't be
he's huge.
Anywhere near 170. He's got to be like got to be
191?
At least 190.
186?
I'd say at least 190.
Yeah. That's a big dude. And Gilbert Burns is like more stocky.
Yeah, and he's really short.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a fun fight. You know, regardless, I think Mike Morales is going to win.
Me too.
And I think this is just the easy setup for bettors that are like, who's this guy? I love Gilbert Burns. He's a dog.
Let me see what's the line on this?
Yeah, I don't know the lines. Like I said, when I'm in Cali, I can't bet money line on anything, so I don't look at it.
The line isn't out right now.
There's not even a line out?
Not that I see on ESPN.
That's weird.
So you're taking which one, Grasso or Silva?
Honestly, I really like Grasso. I think Grasso's tough.
Aldo or Helwani?
Aldo.
All right, we're 2 for 2. Shev-
Do we have to do this?
Shevchenko or Manon?
I never want to bet against the bullet.
3 for 3. Bilal or Jack Della Maddalena?
Bilal.
4 for 4. Perfect. We
So
agree.
the whole left side, that's what we're picking?
Those are the fighters I like in this one.
Right? And then what about Benoit Saint Denis?
I don't know who he's fighting.
Joel Alvarez.
No, he's out.
Oh, he's out?
It just hasn't changed yet.
Oh, then I don't
I don't
know.
know if he's even. I don't know if Saint Denis even staying on the card. I mean, they got a lot of time, I guess, now to find a replacement. But
Oh, Andrade is fighting Jasmine Judavicius.
she sucks. I'm gonna take Andrade. I'll take Andrade plus 245. Why not?
Why not? Now, you know what the pick of the year is?
What's that?
Ivan Erslan over Navajo Starling.
All right.
Navajo is all cap.
He didn't look great, I didn't think, in that
He
first
did
fight.
not look good at all. With all the hype and everyone saying he's like the fucking next whatever, he did not look good to me at all.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. He had a bunch
He looks like an action figure, like a WWE wrestler.
and he's on
He looks jacked for his size and his weight class.
he's on Izzy's team.
Yeah, but I don't think he could bang like that. At least from that first one. Maybe the matchup was bad. Maybe the other guy's that good. I don't know, but
And that was only his 6th fight in MMA.
yeah. And I feel like, the Kutelaba fight with Erslan, it's not a bad loss.
And Kutalaba is fighting again.
Kutelaba we've dissected this already. As much as Kutelaba loses, he doesn't fight bums.
He's won back-to-back fights. He beat Erslan and Aslan.
Yeah. Erslan and Aslan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fighting pretty quick. He just fought in February.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I thought that fight was decent, and I think Kutelaba is better than this dude. So Kutelaba is better than this guy, than Navajo. I think Erslan can take him.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Not a bad card.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty respectable card
for Canada. Because I think
I'm glad they got the Judavicius though.
Right, but
that's the trap. That's the trap for all Canadians because who was the original Canadian Judavicius? Who was it? You don't remember? Oh my god! I think he was an NFL player. I think he was a Canadian. Am I going crazy when I say that?
Maybe he was in the CFL.
Was it NFL? Maybe I'm bugging. I'll find it. What the hell? Somehow it's memory hold, but I'll find it. Don't you worry, I'll find it. I know what I'm saying. I'll find it for next episode.
All right.
I'm a little mixed up right now. but I know there was a guy.
The weeds.
It's not the weeds.
It's the weeds talking.
It's the Jazz Judavicius. There's a reason why I know that last name. I'm telling you. I think was he a fighter or was he an NFL player back in the day?
How do I spell this name? This is ridiculous.
Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, that's the only thing that comes up when I type in Jazz Savigny, whatever you say.
I know, and I'm like, nah, there was another pro athlete with that last name. I'll find him. Don't worry. Or it's something similar, and I'll be like, this is where I messed up.
Yeah, I'm like 12 pages into Google right now. It's still only her.
That's how you know it's fake.
14 pages.
No one else popped that one. She's the only person with that last name now. See? Caught.
Well, must be a different spelling or something.
You got to check Bing.
No,
Can't trust Google.
I'll check the dark web.
Yeah, you got to go on the dark web to find this stuff.
They're hiding this, man.
They are hiding them from the public. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to come up with my big board. And you said Sabrina for MVP. So that means that's your number one.
I'm not saying all that.
That's your first overall pick, most likely.
If Asia Wilson pops up, I'm taking Asia Wilson.
Well, yeah, Asia Wilson. Other than that, your second pick. So Asia Wilson on your power ranking, and then you have Sabrina next?
Yeah, or if I really lose my mind, I'll take Paige. But it's like you can't make bad picks in this. I can't pick with my heart. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Asia Wilson. Or Alyssa Thomas. Satu.
I think Satu's the pick this year over Alyssa Thomas.
Nafisa Collier, if she still has her legs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good options, but you find out what your draft number is an hour before the draft.
Okay. Here, hold on. I actually gotta join this league now.
Yeah, my dad said he's picking Paige Beckers if she's available. He said I don't care. He said even if he has the number.
He's picking Paige first too.
Yeah.
You guys are sick in the head.
Yeah, he said he doesn't care. Okay, so now we need 4 more people.
So you don't think Caitlin Clark can win MVP?
I think it's possible.
I thought she was second this year.
I didn't have her second.
Yeah, I guess Fee was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I had Collier, Wilson, Sabrina.
Okay. I gotta think. What am I gonna make? What's my team name this year? It could be the Anissa Moros. I wouldn't even care.
Could be the Sweaty Hands.
Ooh. Should I be Sweaty Hands?
Sweaty Hands Campbell.
It would just be Sweaty Hands.
Sweaty Hands.
I don't know. Maybe Sweaty Hands. Maybe I don't know. Something after Anissa Moro. I got to get her at some point in the draft.
Moro's Lashes.
Moro's Lashes. Ooh. Tomorrow's Moro. He's the future. Tomorrow's Moro. Bars. That's it.
Bars, brother.
Tomorrow's Moro. Abbreviation TM.
Too far.
Right? Oh, apparently you could upload a team logo now?
Oh, yeah?
Inappropriate imagery, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. So I gotta look for a Moro pick that I want to make for my thing. Hopefully I can even pick her.
Yeah, I might have to scoop.
Tomorrow's Moro.
Tomorrow's Moro, man.
Did you make a team name yet?
Buckets.
Buckets?
But it's Buckets.
Oh, like Paige. Oh, I might pick Paige then if you pick Moro. See, two could play this game.
Pages.
Ooh. Pages. Peja Beckers.
That's kind of fire, though. I'm gonna name that.
Peja Beckers.
If I have a son, he's gonna be a daughter. Peja Beckers.
Peja Beckers.
PA, then you got the sign up there, JA. And her last name is Beckers. Not more.
Yo, found the best photo. Ain't no way.
Yeah, your name hasn't updated yet on my laptop.
It hasn't?
No, it still says Cameron's competitive team.
I know, I peeped that.
What a whack ass name. That was what they came up with.
That's what it came up with. Boom. Finish. Reese's layup package. That's our league name. All right, let me look at the members. Yeah, my name updated. I see it. Beckett's.
Oh, I see.
And you have like an eagle.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Word. Looks dope. I like it.
I can't figure out how to upload an image.
I don't know. It asked me to upload an image or choose, so I just did the upload image, and then I found a picture of Anissa Moro with
Oh, now I see it.
the eye things on.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah, I gotta do. Maybe I'll do it for my phone later.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. My fantasy thing is locked in. Did anyone join?
Not that I see.
Okay. Oh, damn. I'm looking for the ESPN thing. ESPN, WNBA. Fantasy. Tomorrow. We better win. Reese's layup package. Not over it. Was Bordy. Uno, yeah, it's Jaden. He always does Uno, right?
Yeah.
That looks so familiar. Yep, and we need 4 more people.
Half the league.
Yeah, I got half the league done. Fuck. This is so stressful.
We still
I
got.
don't know how the draft strategy is right now.
Still got over 9 days.
So if you look at it, they got Sabrina 6th in the rankings. Alyssa Thomas 7th. Hamby 8th. Oh.
I don't know what pick I'm gonna be.
Paige 20th.
If I had the number 1 pick, I don't really think you can go wrong with Wilson or Collier.
Yeah, I would go Asia, no matter what.
Yeah.
First pick's Asia, no matter what. I don't care what I do, but it's her. Next, if I got the second pick, I would pick Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, that's the thing with WNBA. You have to draft well.
You have to.
Because the margin
hit a home run here.
The margin of error is so slim.
Yeah, because it falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
There's only so many teams too, so as soon as it goes to bench players, it's like, boom.
Yeah, you're in trouble. So you better draft well.
Yeah, you're going from Caitlin Clark to Christy. What's her name?
You're going from Caitlin Clark to Christy Wallace.
Christy Wallace. Thank God, I was gonna say Welsh. I was thinking of the other girl, Morgan. I don't even know. I'm
Morgan
combining Birch and Wallace to make Welsh. I almost called her. But yeah, so that's yeah. It would be Caitlin Clark. Third, I don't think it would be Fee. And you're right. It could be Sabrina.
Well, Fee's going to be gone, I would think, in the first round.
Well, no, I'm saying like power rankings, like
Yeah.
first, second, third, like how I would draft. Like if I had access to the all teams,
Right.
basically, and I was trying to make the best of the best. I don't think Stewie would be third on this list. She's just been off for too long.
I mean, she still puts up good fantasy numbers, though.
She does. The only thing that I'm worried about is this being like some injury-ridden year where she might play good. Yeah, she might still give you 30 fantasy points or something, but she plays 17 out of 40 games, and she holds your team back.
Maybe it's a Jonquel year. Or no, it's a down year for Jonquel, actually.
It could be a down year, but if Stewie's out, it can't be a down year for her. Efficiency-wise, maybe, but fantasy points, she's still going to put some up. And I thought Jonquel grew as a playmaker last year. Her passing went to another level. Mm-hmm. Something in her head, like she just took it up a notch. She was diamond.
Satu could have a big year.
Yeah, Satu is really low ranked. She's ranked below Paige Beckers.
Skylar Diggins could go crazy. They don't really have a lot of scoring options.
Griner is kind of a sleeper here. But like I said, I don't know if I trust Griner this year.
Right.
She's going to be wilding out in Atlanta. Morrow, undiagnosed, has been ruled out Sunday's preseason. Undisclosed absence, precautionary, shouldn't raise long-term concerns. Playing time as a rookie, despite slightly small being a power forward. She led the nation in rebounds. Yeah, Anissa Morrow, she's going to be the play. Feels like Bonner is so overvalued. Why is she ranked 18th over Satu?
They probably think she's starting. Or maybe she is starting.
And maybe she is starting. Maybe she is.
I'd have to wait. I'd have to wait a little bit for Enrique.
Kelsey Plum could be a very interesting pick. The team could also stink, and they have some made up injury, some shit that comes up.
Right.
that could happen on a bum squad. Tough. Sad Mabry's not going to be a play.
Yeah.
There's going to be some big-time sleepers. Can't forget about Van Loo over there in Golden State.
She's going to go nuts.
Her and Monique Billings.
Billings played well last year.
Yeah. So if Billings does well, then That's going to be a good fantasy option. I just don't know who else on that team is going to be a viable fantasy option.
Right.
Like Tiffany Hayes could potentially be, but she retired 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Something about it. I just never trust Tiffany Hayes ever since she retired. And I love Tip Hayes. Like when she was with the Dream, I wanted her on the Sun so bad, and to the point where she got to the Sun and I didn't want her no more. She's old. I want young Tip Hayes.
Right.
That's why I want Copper, and I feel like I don't want to be too late on Copper when if the Sun would ever get her. And I don't know. It might get to that point over there in Phoenix. Phoenix is a way to just age people out. Well, there ain't no, like Temi. I mean, you might be able to get some rebounding help and maybe a block or a steal or something from Temi or Golden State. Kayla Thornton, but she's never been a stat stuffer. Kate Martin's over there with Veronica Burton. The sleeper here, they got Letitia Iamere ranked higher than Xanda Lazzini.
Yeah, they both don't really do a lot. Amir is terrible.
But Amir is terrible. She's barely a basketball player. And Xanda Lazzini can hoop.
Yeah, Xanda Lazzini can shoot.
Yeah, like I feel like she's a decent player. Iamere, just like her only thing was she could dunk. She was a super athlete that they thought could teach basketball, but I don't know. It hasn't really worked yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, I think Xanda Lazzini should be ranked a little higher than them. But they got Talbot too. I just don't see big fantasy value, but it's still some variety added to the league, which is nice.
Right.
Because we're going from 12 to 13 rosters now, but same size. We're staying at 8 people. So now we get a deeper league to pick from.
Right. Yeah, maybe 5 or 6 years from now we up it to 10.
Well, when the tempo come next year, that might be a time where we could do a 10-man league potentially.
Yeah, because then we got 14.
Then we got 14 teams. It could be an option. I don't know. But the 8-man league felt so good with 12 teams.
Right.
And now 13 is going to feel really nice because I feel like everything is inflated this year for points because we have an extra 12 players maybe to pick from, and then also rotating players on the bench. So it's going to create a little more churn potentially at the bottom of all of our rosters since there's more people just interchanging and subbing and shit.
Right.
Yeah, I think it adds a fun element as an extra team. The question comes is when the Valkyries get here, does that become not fun anymore? Because you could just put starters from every team, and then that's it, and then you just play the starters from everybody. But the fun of it is kind of going in the weeds, and you have to get a couple bench people that mean something.
Right.
But how's the crib going? How long have you been living in the house? And
It was a little over 2 weeks. I moved on April 15th.
So how is it living up by yourself?
Beautiful.
You cook every meal?
No, I haven't cooked anything. Putting stuff in the microwave.
Stop microwaving food. Cook yourself something.
I can't cook.
You gabagool.
I don't know, gabagool.
No, you can't even cook that. You'd burn it.
Yeah, I got to get salami or something.
Ay, marron. This guy's a brick.
I've been eating a bunch of sushi.
Sushi? Oh, takeout?
No, I just go to Big Y.
Oh, Big Y. Word. Big Y got cheap, good sushi.
Yeah. And I go and like everything is really close. I mean, just grocery stores, gas stations, furniture stores.
How often do you go back to visit your dad and your grandparents?
I've gone back like 4 or 5 times.
You just been chilling.
Yeah, I've been trying to set the place up and everything. My dad's been over a lot, setting up posters and making this desk. He set up the entertainment center. So, yeah, I've been busy. I just got this ottoman.
Ooh, let's see the ottoman.
Getting ottomans now.
Ooh, the ottoman with the storage.
Yeah.
That's nice. That looks good there.
Yeah, I thought it fit really well there. Got it at home sense. You know.
Is that right next to the door, like to leave?
No, it's a closet.
Oh, that's a closet.
Also have a ridiculous amount of closet space.
That's good. Clothes and sneakers and shit.
This right here,
basketballs.
That's a closet too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the door is right around here. So, yeah, it's pretty spacious in here. It's nice. I don't know what else I'm going to put in this room, but I might just leave it like this.
That's right. And that's in Enfield?
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's only probably less than 20 minutes to my dad's house. Then it's less than 20 minutes to work. And close it out, all my friends in Springfield.
Yeah.
So.
All right, it works out.
I'm kind of in the middle, which is perfect. So, like, I'm in the middle of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But everything is an annoying 20-minute drive.
Yeah, well, no.
15 to 20, it's like, but.
Yeah, but none of the drives are really terrible anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I drive a little bit farther to get to work, but not crazy.
Oh, okay. Ain't bad.
It's only like.
Just on your own time.
Yeah.
You don't got to be quiet getting up. You don't got to worry about any of that shit.
No, it's beautiful. The bathroom's always open.
Right.
I don't have to wait when I wake up.
Exactly. So that might save you even more time. So even though your drive is 5 minutes longer, you save 15 minutes every morning.
I can eat what I want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's true.
And just go to sleep right when I get home.
But just cooking for yourself is so annoying.
It really, and I'm
like being an adult, you're like, just like living on your own without anyone else or anything. Like it's fucking annoying. It sounds good for the first, like you said, you've been living there for 2 weeks, living off Big Y sushi.
No, I'm getting sick. I gotta figure out something. Because I don't want to. I've been going to the grocery store like every day, just buying stuff, buying fruit and vegetables, and sushi. That's all I've been eating is fruit and vegetables and sushi.
So you gotta get a rice cooker.
Yeah.
You could get a cheap rice cooker on Amazon, or you could get one from any Asian markets. You go to like an Asian grocery store. You can always find rice cookers there for cheap. You try to get one anywhere else, sometimes they're really pricey.
I don't even have a toaster. I got to get a toaster this week. My dad's been looking at the flea market because I got bread, but I got any toaster. I was going to have egg sandwiches.
Okay.
That'll be something
So you're gonna make an egg in the pan though, right?
No, you put it, it's in a bowl. You spray some Pam in it. You crack 2 eggs. You stir it. You put it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes.
Please stop microwaving your eggs. Please cook your eggs. Someone chat.
I've done that. It's good. And then I
put L's in the chat.
No L's in the
chat. Microwaves his eggs.
It's easier.
Easier, I guess so.
It's much easier. It's faster.
So it doesn't make a mess?
No.
Microwaving eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually I just use a pan. So I just do butter and eggs and just on a pan with fire. You got to get down to the primal instincts of a man. You know what I'm saying? You got to tap in.
I'm not a man.
You got to stop pressing buttons on that microwave. You got to cook that thing on a pan. Put a little butter. You crack the eggs. You put a little salt, a little pepper in there. Put a little adobo if you got to get some seasonings too.
Yeah, I don't cook. I don't.
Oh my god!
I
gotta come give you a whole fucking lesson.
No, but when Mom comes over, and then I'll have my friends over, they'll teach me.
Mom's gonna come over and cook for you. She's not gonna teach you anything.
No, she'll teach me. My friends will teach me too.
Your friends will teach you. Yeah, you need somebody to teach
Like-
you. They're gonna get you an air fryer, and then you're gonna fall in love with an air fryer over a microwave.
But I got 2 slots for the
You're gonna
oven.
actually, you should get a toaster oven, not a you could get a toaster, but get actually just a toaster oven. And I think that thing is gonna work for you better, and it's gonna taste better, and you're not gonna get like sick. If you live off microwaved food long enough, like you will get sick. It's not good. It's radiation cooking your food. It's not the best stuff.
I got 2 slots for the oven. Like
Oh yeah. So you got room for stuff. You could learn how to make the easiest meals. Like mom makes corned meat and potatoes. You know how easy corned meat and potatoes actually is.
and I like the chicken ziti and broccoli too. That's probably my favorite.
There's a bunch of just easy shit where you literally just like fucking literally open up a can opener, corn. You bought your ground beef. You cook the ground beef in a pan for a little bit. You put that on the top layer of the pan.
But she cooks the potatoes a certain way though.
Well, she peels them and she leaves a little bit of skin, and then she mashes them. So then there's a little bit of skin.
She does something with them that's really good. That I can't really replicate or
She puts a little milk.
that. I think that's the difference.
She
But
puts a little milk and a little bit of something else in the potatoes that changes it.
Hmm.
I'm giving away recipes.
the corn is really the game changer though.
The corn. So the corn. The trick with that is you get one cream corn, one regular corn, can of corn.
And the corn's the best.
You get 2 cans, but one is cream, one is like the golden sweet corn, whatever. Then you pour them both in at the bottom. That's the bottom layer. And then meat, and then potatoes goes on top.
And the corn's the best.
You got to make sure you cook the meat first before you put it in the middle row. You got to cook that in a pan for a little bit, and then you layer it in the second layer in the glass pan,
Right.
the big pan that you put in the bake. Then you bake that. It's just dumb easy. Like the prep time and everything else, and that could last you 3 days.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just you eating it.
yeah.
And that's what you got to start doing. You got to like meal prep instead of just like microwaving. You just Jimmy Dean's breakfast egg sandwiches or whatever the fuck you can easily microwave. Just like you can make it just as easy if you plan it out right, and it'll taste better and you'll feel better.
Right.
You might have a little bit more dishes, but
I have a dishwasher.
you got a dishwasher, so it doesn't even matter. You get a little bit of dishwasher liquid, pour it in there, bing, bong, boom. Or you get pods. Some people like the pods.
They're more expensive.
They're a little more expensive. They do clean well.
Right. We'll see.
But yeah, you figure that shit out. You got trash fees and stuff or what?
Yeah, like a $200 every month for trash removal, snow removal, the whatever outdoor maintenance.
That ain't the worst.
They pay for my what do they pay for? They pay for the gas and they pay for the water.
And it's all included with 200. That's the fee.
That's all $200. All
Okay.
five of those things that I listed. It's all.
And you control your own heat in your AC.
I think the AC is electric, so I think I would have to pay for the AC if I use it. But the heat is free.
Oh, okay.
I think the heat is free.
Okay. Yeah, the heat's free, and you got access to it and everything. Do it whatever you want in it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
So that's perfect.
Right. That's the other thing. At your grandparents' house is a little different.
And I only have to pay.
You're living off fans and shit and a built-in AC and
Yeah. Now it's just.
now you got central air.
Right.
You're chilling.
So I only have to pay for the electricity and Wi-Fi,
Right.
and then I got the HOA fee every month, but that's not bad. And then the mortgage.
Right. 200 ain't that bad, and you don't make like too much noise or throw parties and shit. So it's like you're never gonna get bothered by HOA for the most part.
Right. But I got people. I got people below me, somebody here, and then somebody here.
Right. I mean that's what living in like a condo is.
Yeah. But it's not bad. I haven't, and no one's. It's really quiet. Been really quiet around here.
Yeah. People who buy condos typically are more quieter people.
Yeah, people were shooting off fireworks at like 8 or 9 last night.
Yeah, but that's different.
Scared the hell out of me. But it only went on for like 30 seconds, and then it was over. That first one sounded like a gunshot.
Oh, for the first one, you're like, yo, what? And then you go out there and you're like, oh, it's lit.
It's like, am I on State Street right now? What's going on?
Right, I thought I moved away from Springfield.
What is this?
It follows me everywhere.
God damn. But no, it's pretty quiet.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Been good.
That's good. But yeah, we gotta play on Xbox or some shit.
And I gotta get Xbox Live again if I do. Or do I need Xbox Live to play? If you and I play?
I think so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if we go play online, or maybe I don't know. We could probably play 2K. I don't know. I don't think we can.
All right.
Probably got to get Xbox Live. I think I canceled my subscription, but I paid like 3 months allotments.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for it to run out.
Yeah.
Because you ain't been on, and I upgraded my whole Xbox,
Oh, damn.
and I don't even got a DVD player no more.
Yeah, I kept the old Xbox just for the DVDs because I've been collecting DVDs, but then I stopped for the last couple months.
Yeah, that's funny as hell. I got rid of it. I traded it in. It was like $80 or something they gave me for it. I'm like, fuck it.
But I'm just gonna use that. Well, I've been using the Xbox more I've been using both of them for streaming and stuff. So.
Because you got 2 TVs.
Well, I got 3, but I put one of them in my bedroom. But I got the Fire Stick.
Mm-hmm.
But Keon's gonna set that up and get free stuff for me or something.
Okay.
But I don't know how that works.
But you got the internet set up, your Wi-Fi, all that shit.
Yeah, he set that up too.
All right.
So.
How is it for gaming? Have you played anything yet?
No, well, I don't really have online either, but it's worked really good for streaming.
Oh, okay, good.
Streaming all the games, it's been pretty good. Having 2 of them at the same time.
And it's been consistent. Your stream has been consistent so far.
I think it's probably better than Windsor.
Definitely. And the lighting, everything's been better.
The lighting's definitely better, yeah. But I haven't skipped at all. I haven't buffered at all. So.
Yeah, you haven't. Oh, it's been going smooth.
Yeah.
Proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
It's fucking dope. You got your own condo.
Yeah.
So what's the plan from there? You think this is like something you want to stay at forever? Or this is like you're going to live here for a while and then one day you're going to move out of it and you're going to rent it or you're going to sell it? Is this like a rental property in the future?
I don't know. I just got to take it day by day for now. I kind of wanted a house, but it's just you got to do more. You got to maintain it more. It's a lot easier. I mean, I could upgrade to a better condo or something, but for now,
this is your first thing.
Yeah, for the next.
You're young. You're trying. You're out on your own. This is the first perfect apartment for you. To be honest.
The first whatever 4, 5, 6 years, and I'll be fine. I'll stay here. Give it some time.
Yeah, save up. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, you could have got a fancier one, but.
Right, but this one's perfect.
You're all about practicality.
Yeah, I don't need too much.
Yeah.
Place is almost too big.
I was thinking that when you were talking about it, I was like, probably don't even need all that space.
But, yeah, because I got a ridiculous amount of closet space. I don't know what to do with it.
You'll find shit though. Over time, you really just start picking random stuff up as you go. You might have to get a toolbox to fix something. You know, you got everybody building you shit right now.
Yeah, I know. It's perfect. I'm not doing anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I had my friends and my dad help me move. I had my dad set up the desk, the entertainment center. I had one of my other friends set up the couch. He put together the couch. Perfect. Keon set up the Wi-Fi.
I know you're like, Keon's gonna come. He's gonna do the Fire Stick.
It's just perfect.
I'll take it day by day.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything. I'm just setting up dumb shit. I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah. That's good though. So what you about to get into today?
I gotta go shopping again. I don't have any food. I got takeout. I got Chinese food last night. Usually I get Chinese food on Saturday, so I did that, and then I ate all that last night. I don't have any sushi, so I might have to just go buy sushi right now. But I don't know. It's supposed to rain today. No basketball, no golf. So yeah,
There's no basketball or golf?
yeah, because it's gonna rain. I can't go out.
Oh, I thought you meant like on TV. I was like, there's
No,
definitely
no.
basketball on.
No, yeah, I was gonna go out, but it's just supposed to rain today. So, yeah.
And I'm probably about to just stay in too and watch the games. You got Pacers, Cavs, game 1, and then game 7. Like it's pretty interesting. Both games. A game 1 is always fun, and game 7 you can't beat.
Right. And that should be close. That series has been really close. So,
Yeah.
but
Should be
it's
good.
gonna be a blowout. If one team's gonna pull away and win by 20 plus, it's gonna be the Warriors.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Just like that Clippers Nuggets series was close for the most part.
You think it's gonna be a Warriors blowout?
I think it'll be a close game. But if there is gonna be a blowout, I think the Warriors are gonna be the winning team.
Okay. I like that pick.
So.
All right, I'm about to head out of here. We can end on this. Who are the Fever playing today?
Brazil.
Brazil, right?
Yep.
All right, so Fever, Brazil, and then we got Sun versus the Storm, but Anissa Morrow is out.
Clark is playing though today. They said.
Clark's playing? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and they put that game on ESPN. That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
A WNBA preseason game is on ESPN.
Caitlin Clark, must-see television.
Yeah.
It's true facts. She is. She's must-see TV. No matter what. But
yeah.
Let's see Udoka and Tina Charles, the dynamic duo, the big two in Connecticut.
No, it's just a duo. There's nothing dynamic about that duo.
Oh, come on. They're dynamic.
Oh no. I don't know what dynamic means then.
They play ball.
They play ball, okay. If you say so.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. I think the Sun are going to be the worst team in the league. I feel bad for us that we have to watch this. Marina Mabry's going to cry her way out.
Mm-hmm.
I wish she would just ball up and just be like, yeah, I'm going to get 22, 23 a game, and no one's going to say shit to me. I don't care if we lose. I'm a 20-point-a-game scorer, and I'm playing for my next contract on a bum squad, proving I still got it. But
right.
She just wants out right now. I think she could have fun with it and be the face of the team for a year and really make something of herself and be more marketable. And she can make a lot more money outside of basketball if she opens her mind. But instead, she's stomping her feet saying, I don't want to be in Connecticut. Well,
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, but I think she could really do something cool if she played her cards right. Because, people love Caitlin Clark, and they say because she's white and everything, blah, 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 blah. Well, there you go. Be the white face of the team in Connecticut. Apparently that makes millions, right? Like, isn't that what they're saying? Yeah. You make $1 bajillion. So, Marina Mabry, go be the face of the Sun. Make some fucking money. And you live. Go make your bread. Anissa Morrow's coming.
Yep.
The dog.
Got the future.
We got the future. Tomorrow's Morrow.
Bars.
We out.